Hey, Crosshatch. Man, I didn't mean to ignore you that time. Applesauce. Open your eyes, peeps. Oh, I was just trying this, experimenting. Y'all see, I figured out why Squash didn't have the duck icon and stuff because StreamYards is doing a 1 week promotional thing where they're giving you the basic package for free. So I've got my little icon up there instead of the duck. Carolyn Lowe. I told you I unlocked the door for you. Guess what? Carolyn put some content on her channel. Now she's back. I apologize for back then, y'all. I went crazy. People's Last Stand. I was just doing just seeing what this stuff would look like on there. My memory's so messed up on my phone. I cannot make a better icon, and I just had to I can't even crop that picture any. Oh, hang on, Last Stand. If you want to come up here, I'm fixing to send you an invite. I'm not going to do this too long. I got, tonight at 7, I got Naga coming up. But man, I've been trying to figure out that copyright thing I got. I mean, not copyright, that hate speech strike. I can't find how to appeal it, and I cannot find out how to get in touch with YouTube, man. I cannot get it done, man. I don't know what to do. I want to appeal it. I want to get it off my record. I definitely want to get. Why'd I do this all back asswards again? But I want to get it off my record. Now I can't see my screen if you're trying to get on last time. Just give me about 1 minute. This thing's acting slow again. Alright, that ought to get it. I swear, man, I thought computers were supposed to help stuff, and it's not doing anything. Alright. You know, it only got to like 81 today. It's still kind of hot. It's not as humid. Right, let me get that off. Ooh, I almost X'd out of StreamYard, y'all. Peeps. Hang on. I'm going to have to send you something. There's only 2 people in there. Who's in there? There's only 2 people in. Look into my eyes. But no, I wasn't doing anything. I was just kind of testing this thing out. I'll probably delete this one. I was watching old Ben Time Traveler today. Okay, peeps. No, this isn't anything. I mean, Last Stand. This isn't anything. I don't have a topic. I just come on here. Yeah, you won't, we. Repeats. I don't know. Oh man, I need a haircut. Man, this stuff here is just it's messed up. Oh man. I forgot what I was even gonna do. I had a halfway idea of what I was gonna do, and I don't even know what I was gonna do now. So anyhow, like I said, I was just seeing if this stuff would show up on here. Well, that little icon, because I can't get it to do what I want it to do, man. Even though they're giving me I mean, I could have that up there, but I've got that up there. And if I could get my pictures on my computers, I could sit there and do something with them, but I can't. And because I don't have any memory on my phone, it won't let me do anything. I can't crop. I can't add text. I can't do nothing to a picture. I can't even take a picture now. And of course, I go to wrong. My hair is sticking out like something. And then somewhere today, I'm over there on my desktop, and dadgum, if I'm not getting ants on me for some reason in this shot, drive me crazy. Oh, let me get back over here to comments. Oh, well, see, my problem, Carolyn, was I didn't know, most of the time, if you don't have content, that's because you don't need content when you're trolling or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's the reason back then if you didn't have content, you were gone. But I went to my channel and I unblocked. There's nobody blocked except for Nightbot. I'll never put Nightbot on my daggum channel, but that's the only thing I have blocked over there now is Nightbot. I unblocked everybody I blocked. Matter of fact, because Carolyn, because you said I've got content on my channel now, and it made me think, man. I was like, I went to unblock you, then I thought I don't really know any of these people, so I unblocked everybody, and that's what I meant to title this. I unblocked everyone, and I didn't. I put quick live. What's up? But yeah, it's been crazy. And anyhow, this channel's not that important, I just discovered. But the only one thing of importance is that daggum hate speech strike I got, because I did not break any community guideline. And I've been looking, I can't find a YouTube address to get a hold of. I can't find an email address. I cannot find anything. Man, it's not just the corn. Well, people that try to grow the medicinal weed, they can't do it in this area. Everything starts turning brown on the top, and it's not just that plant; it's all the native plants and everything, the trees. Nothing to grow outside around here, anyhow. I never have any trouble trolls. Knock on wood. Well, they were too applesauce, but I don't know, man. I think I've been stuck out there in these woods too long by myself. Look, it's weird. I've got an oak tree, and it's right beside another. I mean, it's probably maybe 15 foot tall. I mean, they're young, right? But there's like a white oak and a red oak side by side, and the white oak, all the leaves are got like so many little brown spots on them they look brown, and it's not even close to time for changing season, but it's the only tree out there that looks like that. But the red oak beside it, they're not those worms people like to fish with, but there's some sort of caterpillar on there that's done ate about every leaf off of there. I'm like, man, what's going on? Is Exploring Ginger? Oh, hey, Exploring Ginger. Man, I don't see this chat moving like I missed you. Oh, yeah, I see you, Crosshatch. Oh, man, I don't know what to do anymore. Like I said, though, I'm going to have Samurai on tonight at 7. I was going to have Sweet Serenity on, but dadgum, work didn't call her in. So I'll probably take advantage of the time between now and 7 and go ahead and fix something to eat. That way I won't have to worry about being hungry. Squash said after I got off his live, he still stayed live for another 5 hours. I was like, man, I'm glad I got off there. I ran into Squash and where was that? Premier Hell's live stream this morning. They can't, man, these trees, they're like trying to grow their limbs out further so they can kind of shade itself. I don't know, it's weird. About 6 years ago, well, I'm not even going to get into all that. For some reason, I'm tired. I don't want to get up in the morning. And then I have my days planned, but when I get up, it's like the whole plan's out. I don't know what happens to it. I know I was getting kind of gripey yesterday on squashes. No, I do get gripey. I was getting irritated. Like, I'm gonna shut up. And my problem is, if I try to do a good stream, stay on topic, I can't be looking at the chat because the chat will throw me off topic. And that's why I might not see the chat as good. Hey, I saw something on the news today. They're talking about these people that have got, they call it, well, they eat one day, they fast one day, they eat one day, they fast one day. They say those people have great cholesterol levels, and I forgot what else it was, but it was very beneficial to do that. And I'm like, well, shoot, I've been doing that about all, well, I'd say the last 20-something years. But I might go 2 days, 3 days, 5 days without eating. But I don't care, man. I don't need the food. I just can't wait to die, man. I'm ready. I'm tired of this place. I'm ready to go home. Home. Get some kip. What is that? I mean, you can see the back. Well, that's the wrong eye. You can see the bags getting under. I think I'm gonna go get plastic surgery. I'm fixed to get vein. Oh, I need to look at that. I don't know about super cities. Let's see if I can do something. I hadn't put these on. Nobody's there ever seen me do this. Don't laugh at me. And there's something wrong too, dadgummit. Emily Shane. It's a good thing I put my daggum glasses on. I can see you're in here. No, I don't like this, man. I got a reflection on the back side. I cannot wear glasses. I don't need them. I really don't need them. They say I got 20/20 vision, but they gave me glasses with bifocals in them. You see those bifocals? I mean, come on. And they don't help. I thought it'd help me when I had to like pinstripe or mask off something. Man, these glasses distort my vision so bad I can't put. Man, let me tell you, I bought $1 pack of tobacco. It didn't last that long. But I've been trying to use this vape right here. It kind of, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have smoked that tobacco the other day because I'd gone like 2 weeks without smoking tobacco, but I miss the actual smoke. What'd Pete say? Smash it. Man, I've been telling everybody, where were you at today, Pete? Premier had a daggum I figured you'd be over there in Premier Hills this morning. You won. Then we went and raided somebody. Then I left there and I forgot I've been on this thing all day, dadgummit. What's going on, Berta? Gerald? Hey, there's another, or was that Jarvis? I unblocked Jarvis. I unblocked, man, I had like 50 people blocked. Like I said, I unblocked everybody. I even unblocked Squash, all his channels. Somehow I had Squash's barbecue blocked. And that's recent. I didn't do it, I don't think. I don't know, I might have. Oh, man. So you know Gerald? Well, let him know he's unblocked if that's the same one, because that gun, man, I ain't lying, man. If people didn't have content that night, I was like, and I'd see new subscriber come on the screen, and I'd go to the new subscriber. I mean, they weren't even in chat, and I'd go to their channel, and if they didn't have content, I blocked them right there at their channel. I was terrible back then. Still am. Oh, I didn't accidentally block anybody. I purposely did it all that day. A long, long time ago. Yeah, I'm still learning stuff on this thing. Man. But yeah, I was just going to do a quick live, I've been wanting to do one all morning, but somebody'd keep going lives. You had to go to where you quit and talk to Peep's boss won't let him quit. That's so funny. I'm not coming in anymore. So you'll be here Wednesday? I'm not coming in anymore. So you'll be here Friday. Man, there's not a cloud in the sky today. But this Black Hawk helicopter went over, and I mean almost over me. And daggone if I don't have any memory on my phone. This morning, I even got up before the sun was fixing to rise, and I drove to the hilltop and was going to live stream the sunrise. And daggone if it wasn't a bunch of fog and you couldn't see anything. And I was like, well, forget that. I'm gonna do what I want to do is see if I can get old 7. And I have Samurai tonight. But I'd like to get 7 live on this while he's doing his sunset. That would be cool. 7 doing a sunset live on here. Because I don't think he can do it. He ought to be able to do it live from location. But anyhow, I hadn't talked to him. Yeah, I like 7, man. 7's like my brother, too. Save center. That gum. Oh, yeah. Who'd they do that to, Carolyn? Somebody on live was talking about they lost everything on their channel. Who was saying that? Hello, Trace and Tom. Who was saying they? Oh, 7 said that, didn't he? Yeah, 7 said he lost. He got up and everything was gone off his channel. They don't want the truth out there. It's like they hit me with a hate speech thing, man. And I've never when I blocked everybody, you could call that hate speech. And that video's still up. But 7, he didn't do nothing but record truth. And it's the sky, not it wasn't anybody's famous quote. Not that that was a famous quote, but they took all his videos. That goes to show you need to download them on the, like, I don't know, what do you call these things? To the stick or something? That way, if they come in on your channel and start deleting everything, at least you'll have them on a stick. That's like they deleted my Nazi said the greatest statement about the government. Don't matter. I still got the video. I'm going to put it back up. They'll just suspend me. Keep me from streaming, watching, commenting, and uploading. That's all. Man, I made some tea. I hadn't made any tea in a while. I love my own tea. But that's why I put that video up. I was like, oh, shoot, I need to make some tea. And then I remembered I still had, I use my coffee maker and, do it that way. So it's not really cold, but it's wet. It's not hot either. It's some good tea. I don't measure anything. I just pour a little sugar in there. I don't get it too sweet. I'm not like these southern folks where sweet tea is sweet tea, man. Whew. Some people put so much sugar in it. Ugh. And my little dog, after she almost died from getting that heat, I think it aged her 5 years, man, because she's getting all discolored around her neck and down her side and stuff. Hey, I drink coffee till I go to bed. I just decided to get off a little coffee today. I'm trying to wean myself off some coffee, man. I've been drinking too much. I'm talking about all day drinking coffee. Double shots for work. Oh, Ben Time Traveler, he did it live and he was all in front of the camera. I was like, man, he's showing all his backyard. I'm like, man, I've never seen Ben. I commented, I said that I've never seen this much of you, Ben. Crazy. I like old Ben Time Traveler. I need to get a link so I can start posting links to people they need to go check out. But I've been following Ben for years and years. Same way as Sweet Serenity, man. Well, I ain't followed her as long as I've known Ben. But she's kind of like, I forgot where she's at. Is it Maine? It's somewhere up in those New England states. And she's like the only person around. She don't know anybody else that sees this stuff in the sky and sees how the cloud and the suns are doing. So she doesn't have anybody to talk to. And she's only got like 23 or 26 subscribers. But she just now kind of started putting stuff on her YouTube channel. Man, I ain't figured out that Kratom stuff yet. Because I saw a thing on the internet talking about these people over in Russia were smoking that stuff so much or whatever. Or maybe it wasn't. Was it Kratom? I think that's what it was. But it was causing flesh-eating bacteria, and this girl had her arm up like that, and you could actually see her bones because the skin was all ate out right there. They sell that stuff in smoke shops. I'm serious. I've seen it in smoke shops. Well, the sweet potato is in the morning glory family. Well, everybody needs to take some time off. I know you're sick. Come here, Ouija. I'm going to try to see if I can show you all the color. No. Oh, she's so big. Look at the back of her neck. Well, it didn't show, but something was out there. Crazy dog. Well, this works without the headsets in, but if somebody's talking, if I got a guest, it'll echo back through the mic. Man, I need to go to that daggum neighborhood that's about, I'd say it's 5 or 6 miles kind of northwest of me. And they got these little tires, like, I mean, it's like on every block. And they're only like 20 foot tall, but they got all this 5G, 4G, whatever that stuff is. They got all those little boxes on them. And it looks weird. It almost reminds me of how those people do those big birdhouses that are on those long poles, except for they're only 20 feet high. Whew, man. I watch the traffic that goes by. Man, I'll tell y'all what, y'all need to check out Mud Fossil University. That joker. Y'all want to see something? I've got a mud fossil lung. Check this out. It's from something little, but man, it's got all the pores and stuff just like a lung, man. Just like that stuff Roger shows on mud fossils. It's kind of hard to show it. But that is a daggum lung, man. I can't hold it right in this daggum camera. What did I figure was the top? Because you can see where it goes in. Then I found something else. Or maybe this is the top. Yeah. I think this is like a left lung. Because if you look at it, hang on, let me find it. If you look at it right here, wait a minute. Yeah. Right there is let me get the light right. You can see where like your esophagus would go in it. Hang on. Man, the lighting ain't right on this and the camera's backwards. But right there, see that right there? That is where the air went in and the air comes back out. I swear that's a lung. It's just like what he's got on, except for it's small. Crazy, man. Oh, I'm not gonna get all of that. And then I got what looks like teeth. I'm like, man, it's just crazy. I'll tell you what works, y'all. Y'all might not think it don't get you a buzz or anything, but that right there is some CD vape. That will sit there and calm your mind, and it gets rid of pain, and it doesn't give you a buzz at all. And applesauce, that's that drawing ointment I was going to send you. Oh, no, that ain't near me, Carolyn, those little cell tower things. It's like a real ritzy neighborhood out in the middle of nowhere in the country. You know, it's like, I don't know, $600,000 homes in a little subdivision like deal. And they just got those things. I mean, it's like I would say every 100 foot. It looks ugly as hell. But man, I like old Roger Mud Fossil. Because, I mean, I've seen stuff and I thought, there's no way this could have been made by geologically. You know, the stuff I was seeing and stuff. I'm like, man, I think I got a heart over there, to be honest with you. Because you can kind of see the chambers and you can see it's just, I'm going to shut up. There's all sorts of stuff on my property. Oh man, I don't know what's going on here. I can't do anything from this position. I mean, as far as my chat. Oh man, the wind's not blowing enough. I'm getting kind of hot right here. Yeah, peeps, that CBD, man, that stuff, it don't give you a buzz, but it helps. I mean, it's not like a miracle painkiller or nothing like that, but I mean, it helps kids with autism, and it helps. I forgot what other things these children have, but they'll give them that CBD, and it helps them like seizures. It's supposed to help on seizures. You gonna get it, Ouija? Crazy dog. This little old bottle, though, this thing here, I forgot what is it. I might need my glasses for this. It says feel great, relax. I don't see how much is in it, but you can see how big of it. That was like $9.99, but man, it's lasted. I mean, it's still up to here. But anyhow, it works. I think THC works better, but I was wanting to pass some, drug tests. So next best thing, CBD. They sell CBD bud, which is hemp bud. It looks just like marijuana, but it's not. But I was looking at it, and it's showing it might contain up to it said 3% THC, and I'm thinking that's an awful lot. You'll fail a drug screen if you're smoking that kind of CBD. They had to cancel your social security number. You can never lose that number. Hey, send them my way. I want mine canceled. I really do. Cancel my social security number, please. That would be great. Because that social security number is the mark of the beast. You know what? You know how they say the mark of the beast to be on your forehead? Think about it. You know your social security number is right there. Test or screen. Yeah, that's like I like these people. They call me, or what did they do? But anyhow, the last time they called, it was like, this is the last time we are going to call you about your credit card. If you feel like you should avoid this call or something, then they were talking mad, and it's an automated voice, right? I go, who do these people think they are with an automated voice talking mean to me like that? So I hit the one, and they got on there, and it's like, so are you ready to get a better discount on your APR on your credit card? I go, I sure am. He goes, well, we've been going through your records, and we see that if you do this program, blah, 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 blah. And at the end, toward the end there, I sat there. I guess he asked for the card number. And I go, dude, I don't have a bank account or anything. How the hell are y'all? And then click. I'm like, really? I don't use credit card. I use cash only. Oh, People's Last Stand made it up in here. People's Last Stand.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I was just doing a little test thing. I wasn't really doing nothing much.
Yeah, I didn't get your message on that. I was down at the dog park. I took the dogs down to the dog park and that. So I didn't even know that I got a notice from you.
Oh, you mean the invite?
Yeah.
I didn't do that till you got into the chat.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. That'll do it. All right. I guess I've been out in the sun too much today.
No, I mean, I was just gonna go by myself, and then I saw, was it you in the chat? I guess, and I said, "Let me send you an invite."
There you go. You get
I
some lights
think I
up
don't
in
even
there.
think I gave Peeps one. I was really just gonna do a little test run and not, because you know how squash. Can you see up there in the corner how I got my icon instead of
right, instead of that other one, yeah.
Yeah, instead of the. Yeah, I'll get it up there.
Oh, instead of the StreamYard
See
emblem.
the StreamYard up there now, powered by
Yeah.
StreamYard.
Yeah.
What it is they're giving everybody a free test trial for a week, and they've only got 5 days left.
Well, yeah, I just noticed it when I was just trying to get on in that, and it said at the top that I could put a picture, whatever picture I want on it. I'm like, okay, well, I'll do that next time.
Well, it's giving you an idea of what you can do, but my problem is I can't get my pictures on my computers for nothing.
All right.
And my tablet and everything, the memory's so full, I cannot do anything with pictures. I can't crop. I can't even take a picture now, and I cannot. I went and Googled how to transfer pictures on a Galaxy tablet.
Right.
And I can't do it. I don't know what anything.
Right. What I've been having to do is to, like off my phone in that, I got pictures that I want to transfer over to my computer. So I just email them to me, and then I just pull them off my computer, and then I download them into my computer.
Well, the only thing I can do, I can send mine to Google Pictures, and then I can put them they're in my file that I can get to on my computer. But I have to do each one individually, and man, I've got like 1,200 and something pictures.
Oh yeah.
Video.
Oh yeah. John, you should see how crazy it is out there, man. We just got back from the dog park. Okay, Check this out. We just get back from the dog park, and I'm sitting here thinking about what happened over there. While I was there, some lady got stabbed.
Dead gum.
Yeah, see how crazy it is out there, and people
are
wondering why.
I'm sorry, but see you later, Carolyn.
Yeah, people are wondering why everybody walks around having concealed carries and that. It's a perfect example of it. Exactly. We didn't even know it. We didn't even know it happened until one guy walked in and said, "Hey, did you see that over there?" We're like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Yeah, it's just got shot." And I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Shot?
I mean, stabbed. Excuse me. Yeah, and I'm like, "That's
somebody that knew her."
I don't know who it was or what it was or what happened or anything. I haven't the slightest idea what happened over there. All I know is we came into the park and we were there probably about maybe 15 minutes, and another guy came in with his dog, and we started talking, and he said that, did you see what's going on over there? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, look, and there was the police, there was ambulance, fire department, all that stuff over there. And I'm like, no, I didn't even see it. I didn't even notice it. I'm like, oh, man. Yeah, it's getting crazy out there, John Boy. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. You can't even.
I guarantee you she knew the person.
She probably did.
Look up here where I'm at. I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's probably 60 miles or so north of me.
Right.
This guy killed his 5-year-old son.
Oh, yeah, I heard something about that.
5-year-old son eating the last piece of Father's Day cheesecake.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and then he told the law that the child fell down the stairs, and then the brother said, no, my daddy beat him.
Jesus criminy.
Luckily, the other kid, I guess the other kid saved himself by speaking up.
Good.
Yeah, I'm glad it happened. But that guy was getting upset because he couldn't get bail so he could go to the funeral. You killed your own son. You want to go to the funeral? I mean,
luckily they even let him out of jail.
Yeah. If you kill your own kid, man, you should never.
Yeah, you should never be able to be around him ever again. Anybody again.
If they'd upped that abortion law to 5 years old, he would have been covered.
That's a good one.
Do you not think that would make a point?
It would definitely make a point. It would definitely.
I think we should start campaigning abortions till the age of 5. Abortions till the age of 5.
Yeah, get to know them first for a little while. Then you can get rid of them.
Hey, that way you ain't got to go through the terrible twos. You know what I mean?
I know. It's crazy, man.
Or
It's
at least
crazy.
3. That way, if the terrible twos get too bad, you can go ahead and abort the child.
That's it. And
But that would wake up some eyes, I think.
It would definitely. But it's
I mean, if you put it in that context, because if you're doing it when they're born, they're alive then. They're alive at conception.
right.
But when they're physically really born and outside the body, can you still call that an abortion? Or is that,
that's murder.
Yeah.
You know the way I feel about it, John Boy.
Well, I heard the stats you put out on how many are. What did you say? Like 600 something thousand a year abortion
in the in the world. Yeah. And it's from 2000. I think it was 2012 to 2017. It's been over 600,000, but it also talks about how many other children that were killed. But this is just being reported to the CDC. We ain't talking about any other place or anything else that's going on. But that's just crazy. They're estimating that in the United States, it's about 100 and some thousand a year.
I'd think it'd be more than that.
A year.
It'd be more than that, I guarantee you.
Oh, let me grab them stats real quick. Let me look at them. Give me a second.
All right,
give me a second.
Yeah, that was crazy. He's reading those stats the other day, and it was unbelievable, man. They're just killing. And what are they doing with all the the remains? It's going to the elites.
That's it.
I'm serious, for stem cell. Think about it. They figured out that stem cell, and they're like, "Oh, we need more babies. Let's pass laws where we can abort children to 2 years old."
Right. Here it is. It says 926,000 abortions performed in the United States in 2014. 59% of the women obtaining abortions are mothers. 24% of the U.S. women will have abortions by age 45. That's just crazy. That's just nuts. But here's the stats from the CDC. CDC, 2012, number of abortions reported to the CDC, 699,220 of them. Induced abortion ratio per 1,000 live births, 210. 2013, 664,435. Induced abortions, 200. 2014, 652,639. 193 induced abortions. 2015, 638,169, and that's induced 188. That's just from the CDC. That's not including all the rest of them. But it says, according to the the WHO, World Health Organization, every year in the world, there are an estimated 40 to 50 million abortions. This corresponds to approximately 125,000 abortions per day. That is sick. And they say, and it's okay to go ahead and murder. It's all right. But you know what cracks me up more than anything? Well, it doesn't crack me up. What pisses me off more than anything, John Boy, is the people that are part of this, that are doing these abortions, are supposed to be Christian people that believe in God and follow the word of God in that, and yet they're doing this kind of shit to the children. I don't give a shit what anybody says. When a woman gets pregnant, it's alive. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care what anybody. Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. Well, we have to wait for the heartbeat. No. I'm sorry.
That's the spark of life. I mean, it's like igniting a fire. Boom! As soon as it happens, there's life there.
There is. I don't care what anybody says, and it's a bunch of bull.
Look at it. Those scientists find one cell of life on a planet, and they'll say there's life there. Well, there's more than one cell in a impregnated egg. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
There's 2 cells.
But hey, Our government has made people so dumbed down that they're going to believe anything the government tells them nowadays. You know, it's just like what happened with you when they decided to go ahead and take your show off, you know, and get rid of it and that. And we searched and researched all that. And you even showed the content stuff on here of what Google says as their rules that you're supposed to follow. And it did not show anything in there about hate speech, what you put on that video. So it's a bunch of bullshit. That's what I'm saying. But people want to sit around and believe what's going on instead of checking the shit out themselves. And that's the problem that we're having. That's why we're having so many dead kids in this world, and that's why our planet's falling apart, because nobody wants to put the effort in to find out what's going on in their own country or in their own world and what they can do to help.
Did you get that? I sent you the link to that video.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I tried downloading it. It won't let me download it, but it will let me save it.
Okay. You need like a DU recorder where you can sit there
and put it on there and then record it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and download that onto my phone, and then I'm going to go ahead and copy it onto that so that I can go ahead and do it. That's the best way to do it. But
what I did, I sat there and DU recorded that excerpt out of that whole video. It's also the same video. I got the one or Stephen Colbert and whoever that stupid professor was talking about, we can put 20 tons of sulfuric acid in the sky. We put pollution in the sky to defeat the pollution wherever. What?
Yeah, put more crap in the air to make it even worse, right?
Yeah, pollution will solve the pollution problem. What?
Yeah. The pollution problem is the government.
Exactly.
The pollution problem, all the problems that we're having in this country, and that is because of the government. We wouldn't have this kind of shit going on if we had our constitutional rights not taken away from us and we follow the law and follow what God says. But unfortunately, we live in a society nowadays that they just don't care. Everybody wants to do what they want to do, John Boy, and that's what it comes down to. They don't want to.
It's like this. If you're doing God's will or God's way, you're not breaking any man's laws anyhow.
That's it.
I mean, you don't have to worry about it. But they've gotten the law so finickled now that you can break the law without even knowing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why in this business that I'm in, running apartment complexes and that, I got to be real careful when I talk to people in regards to, who they are, when they're moving, all that information that I get on them. I got to be careful. I got to watch my words. I mean, it's like, come on, man. Why do I got to be politically correct when right is right and that's it? Exactly. But it's a bunch of bullshit that we have to deal with this stuff. Man, you got a few people in here, don't you? That's cool.
About 6, but that's cool. I mean, I wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, I was expecting you this morning. I went on there. I don't know if you saw that I wrote in the chat. I'll be here. I wrote in there, I'll be here.
Oh, you did that last night.
Yeah, and then I came in this morning and I'm looking for it and I'm like, where did it go? It disappeared.
She got called into work.
Ah, that's cool.
So you can't have an interview if the person's working.
Yeah. Well, I'm working. Actually, I fix my own hours is what I do.
Yeah.
Which makes it nice in that the owners, I've been working for them for 10 years. It's not a management company. I will never do a management company in that. And these people are pretty good. They let me do what I need to do as long as I take care of all the stuff that I need to fix and, and rent out apartments and take care of the property and that, then they got no problems. So
yeah, that's all you got to do.
Yeah, so that's all I'm doing. It's like now remember I was telling you that I got a couple more apartments to rehab. Well, the guy just turned the keys over to me just as I walked through the front door just a little while ago. So he's done. So I got to go down to Home Depot here in a couple hours and that, and go get some paint and some sealer and that, and get in there and start painting, get that one ready. And we got the carpet guy's going to be here. I think it was supposed to be the 2nd, but they changed it to the 3rd. I guess the 2nd is a holiday.
Oh, Labor Day.
So I got they're not going to be working. So I'm like, okay, it was nice of them to call me and let me know. Well, my boss says, well, I just found out myself, and I was supposed to call you and let you know. And I'm like, so you're the culprit. Yeah, but but hey, it happens. But things change and that around here real quick. But I still. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I can't believe that we went down to the park and just to have a good time and with the dogs and that, and lo and behold, there's a stabbing. And I'm like, and that's probably less than 100 yards away from me.
You should have pulled your phone out and went over there and started recording.
Oh, I did. I didn't even know about it, but when that guy was telling me about it, they was already there. The ambulance was already taken off and leaving. Yeah, my dogs are burnt out. I mean, they are out cold. Look at this. We wore them. Their butts out. She's out down there on the floor, and the other one's on the couch over there, passed out. So they got their fill today of running around and having some fun out there today, which was real nice. They enjoyed themselves. Had a blast. I wasn't too happy though with that stabbing, but what can you do?
That's how crowded was the park? I mean, was there a lot of people?
Well, no, there wasn't a whole lot. Even for the dog park, when we got there was like 3 dogs inside the gated area that we had, the fenced-in area that we were at, and the park area around it. There was not very many people. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what these crazy people are doing anymore.
They
nuts out there.
You know how a lot of people, I know in Memphis, it got bad where the parks turned into the area they did their drugs. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, this is a dog park, man. A dog park.
A new drug area.
Yeah. Oh, remember what I was telling you about them saying in Colorado that we got rain in our plastic in our rain? Yeah. Well, check this out. I found it finally. It's from the Denver Post. It says scientists discover it's raining plastic from Metro Denver to high in the Rocky Mountain National Park. U.S. Geological Study Research in Colorado finds plastic is everywhere. I mean, are they serious?
It's nanoparticles, man. It's so small you can't see it.
Yeah, they have a picture of it and a little picture of it. You might be able to see it. Let me just see if I can get it up here. You can see that's all plastic. See the little blue and the line and all that, and all those little shiny shit. That's all plastic. And this is underneath a microscope. And it's like, you've got to be kidding me. It's just
that's going to kill off all the wildlife that's got to drink the water. Think about it. That plastic will accumulate in their guts.
Yeah, and you know what plastic does to people.
Yeah,
but this is the society and the world that we're living in now, guys.
That stuff's small enough to get into your bloodstream. When you ingest it, it'll stay stuck on the food that you're. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just nuts. It's just nuts. That's all it comes down to. It's just nuts out there. People have no inkling about what's going on in their own world. But thank God we have shows that we can get on and we can let people know what's going on. But it's scary, But back to what we were talking about in regards to the abortions and stuff like that. I understand situations where it needs to be life and death situations and stuff. If the mother's going to live or die or something underneath, or something like that, or even in rape situations and stuff like that, I understand why they do what they do. But I do not understand because they're not smart enough or thinking ahead of time how to protect themselves, Instead, they just do what they want to do. Yeah, but they don't.
Instead of worrying about, hey, that's the new form of birth control is abortion. You see, they don't have to take birth control if they can get it aborted.
That's it. And exactly. And they don't care. And the parents ain't teaching the children. But some parents are. But the kids have so much pressure on them. So much pressure on them from their peers and that it's difficult for them to understand and really comprehend what happens and what it can do to destroy their lives. I figured, if it's a situation where a woman ends up pregnant and she doesn't want the child in that, isn't it better just to set it up for adoption? Wouldn't it be wiser just to do something like that instead of having an abortion done on you and that? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Let me put a silver lining on that. You know what the only good is about any of that? Every one of those child souls went to heaven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And guess where they're going when they meet God?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is part of the Christian community, and the majority of the people here in the United States are Christian in some way or form or another, and state to their friends and family that they're Christians. Well, if they're Christians, then why don't they follow what they preach?
So well, it's like being in a club is what they're doing. I mean, being a Christian is just like being a Mickey Mouse, one of them little musketeers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's nuts out there, and the sad thing is the women that are distraught that can't even have children, or husbands in them that can't even have children in that, and then they turn around and they see this stuff happening, and they're like, we can't even have children. You know, and yet they're killing children. You know, put them up for adoption. Let people that can that can't have children have a chance to have a family. You know,
But if you start checking into the adoption, though, they're overrun there too.
Yeah, I know, and it's like a 2 to 3 year wait before you even get a child.
Yeah.
You know, and then on top of that, they have to do a complete background checks on you, check your credit, you know, everything, get referrals from your relatives, your friends, you know, the character witnesses. I mean, it's a whole fiasco that you got to go to. And then you still have to pay for it again.
Yeah. Then you get those people that do like they did those kids they had, those foster kids, kept them chained up and in cages and locked in closets. You remember that?
Is that the one with the little girl?
Or they feed their favorite ones and let the other ones watch them eat?
Yeah, is that the one where the little girl escaped?
That's the one where they had, I don't know. Hang on. Yeah. Where they were at like Disney World and they were all dressed up, number 1, 2, 3, you know, in the Dr. Seuss thing.
Yeah. It's sad. It's really sad. But, you know, I didn't mean to interject all that information, you know, into your show and that. It just bothers me that we live in a world like this where children don't matter anymore, and it's showing us not only with the abortions that are happening to children, but what's happening to the children on the streets at the same time. You know, not being able to know rights from wrongs anymore because government has turned around and said you can't do nothing to your children, or we're going to put you in jail, kind of attitude. And that's why parents, a lot of parents just don't, you know, they don't spank their children, which needs to be done every once in a while. It's necessary, but it's sad.
Well, over 20 years ago, I seen it happening to parents where the kids would sit there, and if the parent said something to them, and it really works well with divorced parents, not only do they use the other parent as a pry bar, they also know that DHS phone number. They say, I'll call DHS on you.
Right.
And that scares the parent. You know what I'd do? I'd take that phone and beat the kid with the phone. I mean, I wouldn't beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see that video on YouTube where that kid called the cops that his parents wouldn't let him do something or something like that? And the cops came and they went to the door and they pulled the kid off to the side and they're videotaping it and everybody could see it too. It's on YouTube. Yeah. And the cops telling him, are you telling me you called the cops on your mother and father and that because they wouldn't allow you to do something? If you were my kid, I'd be beating your head. I mean, he went off on him. And he said, if I have to come back here again, I'm taking you in, kid. You know, because it was like, but that's the way the kids are raised nowadays by our school system and our government. They're being taught that there is no authority above them except your government, and that's it. So they're being treated exactly the way that, unfortunately, the way that video that you put up. If you tell enough lies, it becomes truth after a while, and people believe it. Well, that's exactly what's happening now within our society, and it's sad. It's really sad, but nobody really wants to do anything about it. They could talk a good game, but nobody really wants to do nothing about it.
That sounded so hateful.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I mean, saying if you tell a lie long enough, eventually they'll believe it as a truth. Man,
Right.
how hateful.
Exactly. Save Sinner says this. He goes, there's a lot of people claiming to be what they are not.
Oh, yeah.
And it's right at the truth of what he is saying. You know, they pretend to be something until they're in out of sight, and then they're completely different. You know, I live my life as the best way I can. I express myself. I say what's on my mind, and if nobody likes it, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but we have the right for our opinions. We have the right to express them as well too. That is our First Amendment right, correct?
Right. I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too. But everybody wants to take the authority and put it all on the government. There's no authority above us except if you believe in Christ. That's God. You know, but everybody thinks that they're separate from everybody, and we're not separate from each other at all. We all are a part of what's going on. And if we come together and talk about the problems and that, then we can resolve the issues like human beings instead of attacking and fighting and killing each other over stupid shit that doesn't make any sense when we have people starving in our own countries that can't even have any food or have any homes to live in. It's ridiculous. But unfortunately we have the people backing the government saying, yeah, we believe in the government. We believe. You believe it's okay for us not to have our constitutional rights. They don't believe that it's also the land of the law. I mean, law of the land. You know, you're not supposed to follow that either. So even like I was saying last time when we were talking about here, our own government here in Colorado, when they're allowing the sanctuary cities here and that, and they're ignoring the law of the land, which means they cannot break the law, but they're breaking the law. Our whole government here in Colorado is breaking the law by allowing sanctuary cities and allowing them to come in and get driver's license, get hooked up to Medicaid and get food stamps, get a home, get a car. I got people that I see that live close to us and that are on Section 8s and stuff like that. And they're receiving, and I look at the cars, Lexuses, Toyotas, BMWs, like, are you serious? My tenants are living in a 1-bedroom apartment that costs $1,000 a month. They're living in a 3-bedroom apartment. They're only paying, instead of 100% of it, they're only paying 60. They're only paying, but the government pays 65% of their rent, and they only have to pay the other part of it, and that's it.
Well, I remember back in the 70s growing up, man, I had some people I went to school with. They had the shiniest, newest Cadillac of anybody in the county, and it was parked in front of their little 12 by 12 house that I don't even know if it had electricity or not.
Right.
It was a shack.
Right.
But they had a brand new shiny Cadillac sitting out there in front of it, and they had like 7 kids. They lived in a place small, as maybe as big as this shop. This shop's 24.
Yeah, but why should we have to pay for their mistake? If they got 7 children and stuff, whose fault is that? That's their fault, not my fault. I shouldn't have to pay for it.
They should have got abortions. They should have got abortions.
No, they.
No, you see what I'm saying, though? I mean,
yeah, but that's what it is. It's a whole circle of stuff. It all leads into together. They forget God's in it. They forget what's right from wrong. They just follow what the government says and follow that circle, and it all come right back to, it's all use this, and you can get all this free stuff. You can do this and do this, and you see everything's free.
I remember seeing on the news one time, this is when before they had the food stamp credit card, I think you had the actual money stamps or whatever, and something happened to the system, and they were interviewing this girl in front of that place, and she was, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to feed my children. And the whole time she's saying this, every tooth in her mouth had gold on it. She had, I don't know how many gold rope necklaces on and jewelry on her fingers. And she's like, I don't know how I'm going to get food for my children. Somebody needs to do something about this. And I'm like, man, pull them teeth or sell those chains around your neck.
Really? Or give me one of those teeth so I can have one over on mine, you know?
How
so
you
I
like
can afford,
that
so I
camera?
can have one.
That camera's
not-
so backwards, it's hard to.
I know it's different. It's like I pointed over there. Wait a second.
Like I
it's on
see
this
my
side.
hair sticking out, and I'll do like that, and it's really on this side. Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, it's just bad. It's getting bad here in Colorado. It's really getting bad. Oh, Bamboo's here.
yeah,
Cool.
Bamboo.
How you doing, buddy? Glad you made it.
Bamboo, I do not have. How did
Homeboy,
you get on
I'll be
here
right
the
back. I'm
other
gonna
day?
get me some water. Be right back.
Okay. How did you get on here the other day, Bamboo? I put the link out there. Didn't I? Yeah, that's what I did. Because for some, I don't have your email somewhere in the Hangouts, and I'd have to find it and then physically type it in. But I really don't need to make this a long stream. But I'll just if you want to come up. One out. We don't up for a minute. Yeah, I put the link in the chat last time. I know I kind of have an idea what your email is. I'm not going to say it out here, but I know it like half of it. But I can't put half of it in there. It won't pull up the other half because for some reason, something to do with that Hangout, somebody else invited you in that had your email. What is it, Reggie? Man, she's got a loud bark. Audio's messing up. I don't know how. I don't have any headphones.
Yeah, it was
anything. I don't have any headphones.
It's kind of breaking up a little bit on your side.
I don't know how.
It sounds good now.
I mean, I don't need. Well, oh, maybe I do. I got you talking. Oh, that could be it. It could be it. Hang on.
It could be me talking.
Well, it's going into my mic, and it might be doing something.
Excuse me.
Maybe this will work better. You know how a hot mic works? If somebody starts talking or whatever, maybe, or a noise or anything could put my volume down and whatever volume up, and if anything continually going, it just makes me cut out.
Right.
So does it sound any better?
Yeah, it's sounding good now.
Okay. That's probably what it was. It's probably the speakers canceling out my mic or something.
Right. Yeah, but it's nuts. I'm still having a hard time believing this stabbing right over there. Less than 100 yards away. Less than 100 yards away from me. I didn't even know anything about it until that guy mentioned. I turned around and looked over on the other side of the fence at the end of the park and all them police were there, fire department, ambulance, all that stuff. It's just nuts.
It was probably a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, and they probably, I mean, nowadays, people don't care where they start fighting at.
Right. This lady had blood running down her face and stuff, and all over her shirt, and down her shirt to her pants and all that.
Well, this just happened. I think it was around here, too. I don't think it was on national news. But they had like a stabbing or something. Anyhow, the police come out. It was what you call it, like a domestic violence, right?
Right.
Well, the guy's outside the house, and they go to check on the woman, and she's all stabbed in the stomach, but it was self-inflicted.
Jesus.
Yeah, so she was trying to pin him for a stabbing that she did. And these people were old.
Yeah.
Older than you.
See, and that's the reason why, even when I was at the park, that's why this is there with me at all times. That's why I can still carry. That's the reason why. That far away from me, and I didn't even see or hear or anything that was going on that far away. But see, that's what I keep telling people. Why aren't you being prepared? You know, you got all these shows that are on YouTube and that. and they're teaching you how to do all this stuff and everything. Why aren't people utilizing this information to protect their families and make sure they're safe and secure at the same time? You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. When we were growing up, you know, our the mothers and fathers and that would make sure that we were taken care of. We went to bed early. We went to school. We were doing the right things and following what's supposed to be done in life to make sure that we're going to be safe, you know. But nowadays, it's not like that no more. People are just freaking out, and you know, and I see it all the time. Like I said, because I run apartment complexes, I run into all different types of characters. So you don't know who's one day just going to be snap or something, and you're going to be in the midst of it.
You ever have that happen there?
I've had it, like next door to us, right next door to us. I have my camera right outside my door. A guy and a lady living next door to me. I'm sitting here on my chair watching a little TV. I hear some noise out by my door. I look at my camera, and the guy next door. Well, let me digress. Let me go back. I look out my camera through my monitor. I see some guy going into the apartment next door through the sliding door. He went in. He was. You saw him. He was jimming with the lock. He went inside. Next thing I know, he comes out. He leaves and he goes down the stairs. The guy that lives there comes running out. He's at the top of the stairs and he's yelling at the guy at the bottom of the stairs about something. Then the next thing, the dude runs up to the top of the stairs. And they're banging and fighting right outside my door, and they're hitting right against the door and everything.
Yeah.
I told my wife, "That's it." I went and got my gun. I opened the door. I put my gun right here on the side of my chest, right here. I said, "Get the fuck in your apartment now!" And I told the other dude, "Stay where you are now, or God help you." I said, "Because you were causing problems in my apartment, I'm gonna call the cops right now." So Lisa was calling the cops. They showed up, and he took off running. The cops caught him in that. Well, what he did is he went in the apartment, took the guy's wallet and everything, and walked out the door while they were in the apartment.
Oh my God!
While they were in the apartment, but they caught him because we held him for a little while here and that. But
did the guy know him, or was it a stranger?
Yeah, it was a friend.
Really?
It was a friend. Yeah.
That is so messed up.
But that's just only one occasion when I had to do that. I've had it where when I used to live downtown when I first started running apartment complexes. I'm downtown, and this guy was drunk off his and causing problems and walking through my building just yelling and screaming. And I went upstairs and I had one of those long batons that would you touch somebody with 100,000 volts.
Oh yeah.
And he came at me and I let him have it. knocked him on his butt, and he's pissed all over himself and everything else too. The cops came, took his ass away. We had that same building. They were busting the front doors. They're the kind of doors that open like this, and they kicked in the doors and pushed it open, and they went inside my building. And I told my wife that's going to happen again because it's happened a couple of times. So the night before, I sat at the bottom of the stairs right by that French doors. And they came through that door, and I had every little weapon that I had on me in that, and I went at them, But that's the only way that you can confront problems. You have to face problems. You have to deal with the problems instead of letting people get away with the shit that they're getting away with. They won't. They won't do it. No, the cops won't do it. You saw what the cops had to go through just recently, getting all that water throwing on them and stuff, and you probably saw it on the news. This is the society that we live in. It's chaos. It makes no sense anymore. Why we living on this planet when we can't even take care of our families because we got government so involved and up our asses and everything, and thinking that they know better than the rest of us.
Did you see where that guy got in that cop SUV and killed those two people?
Yeah, and those two kids. No, that was a different one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He tased that guy. That guy jumped in the car and he tased him point blank, and it didn't affect that guy one bit. He still got to the driver's side and threw that thing in reverse, and
too much adrenaline.
Crazy.
Too much adrenaline, probably. I don't know.
Too much white powder.
That's it.
Or whatever.
Some bath salts or something.
Yeah. Oh, that bath salt make them people crazy.
Well, makes them eat people's faces.
You remember that one? That
Oh
dude,
yeah,
that dude's face, that cop shot him. I don't know how that guy looked at him. That cop shot him, and that dude turned around and looked at the cop and went back to chewing on that dude's face.
yep, yep.
I think they put, what, 7 shots in him before they ever got him to stop?
I don't know. All I know is that he was chewing on that guy's face and stuff. I'm like, this is crazy, man. This is nuts. We live in a world where everybody is going crazy. It's not right. Hey, peeps.
Hey, Stacy. Stacy in the house. Revealing Unknown in the house.
Oh, Stacy S. I haven't seen her for a while.
I hadn't either.
Cool. How you doing, Stacy? Wow, cool. Yeah, but it's nuts, John. It's crazy that we got to live in a world like this, and we can't be backed by our own government. That's the bad part. I thought that it was, what was how did the concept? We the people.
Yeah, we the people of the United States
people.
of America.
Yeah, we the people, and aren't they hired to help us?
They're supposed to be our voice.
They're not their voice.
To be our voice. That's why they're called representatives. They go to represent our voice.
So the voice of the nation is, let's go to war, let's screw everybody and mess with our neighbors, destroy our schools, destroy our children, destroy our environment, right?
Right.
That's what that's
if you
what
say
they're
anything
for.
bad about us doing that, then you're a troublemaker.
I tell you. Yeah, and hey, you might as well go for it. What we were called, what, deplorables? Now we're called what now, John? What is that called? That truthers out here are called enemies of the state or something like that now.
Yeah.
Or terrorists, or or whatever they want to call us now.
I forgot what they're calling it.
Yeah.
If you're a conspiracy theorist, which most conspiracies have been proven true.
Yeah. Well, didn't your video that they took from you speak the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, so and then they took it away from you, even though they were going against their own rules.
Well, they used a lie to destroy the truth.
That's it. That's what your video was talking about.
Yeah.
That's what your video was talking about.
Hey, I get good examples, don't I? We showed how the playbook works on your channel.
That's it. That's it. But nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it in that, because they don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear the happy stuff. They want to hear about the rainbows and the unicorns, like you were saying the other day.
We got Ben Time Traveler in the house.
Ben Time Traveler, how you doing?
Man, everybody needs
to make it.
Follow Ben Time Traveler. He's a good guy. He's about making the government right too. I mean, he's sick of how the government does. Y'all, he gets out there. He actually goes to rallies and stuff like that.
Cool.
He actually protests. I mean, he's in the front.
Right on. Cool. Oh, Ben the Time Traveler, I just subscribed to you, man.
Yeah, y'all do that.
And I just rang your bell too. So welcome. If you're good enough for John, you're good enough for me.
Man, I followed him way back in Google Plus days. I wasn't under this name though, Ben. And one day I'll let you know my real name, because I was like Ben back then. I was me, and I titled my channel was my name, and I don't know. I didn't care back then. I was like, I'm gonna put the truth out there then, and I was under my real name.
Right.
But now, I don't know. I know they know who I am, but not everybody that watches me knows who I am. So that's why I do it.
Well, they know who we are because of our smart TVs, our cameras, our phones, our tablets, our computers, our Alexas, our our cars. Everything, where they can hear, and anytime they want to, they can shut off your car when you're driving down the road.
But Ben, let me tell you, I put out a video. It was only 36 seconds long. They got me for hate speech on it, right? And it was from a Nazi called Joseph Goebbels or something like that.
Yeah.
From
I know.
And he quoted that if the government tells a lie long enough, that it will become a truth. And the greatest enemy of a lie is the truth, and the greatest enemy of the state is the truth. Something like that, right? They labeled that hate speech, gave me a strike and took my video off the YouTube. And there was nothing hateful at all. I mean, you can go look at my live stream I did on it. It's called I Got a Hate Strike Speech. And I actually played that same video about a dozen times on that stream. And it's still up. Because there's witnesses seeing what that video was about. And we went over the guidelines, and I broke no community guidelines at all. Because the community guidelines say you can use the Nazi symbol and you can use the word Nazi. As long as you're doing it in an educational form, and that's what I was doing. Hey, Fang, we got Fang up in here. Jenny
yeah,
B.
I saw that.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny B, how you doing? Glad you made it.
You don't have to thumbs. You can thumbs down it if you like. No, I'm kidding. I always get at least one. I'll give it a thumbs down before it ever starts.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It is. It's nuts. I'm gonna see if I can do this. I got that picture that you have that I got from you. I'm gonna see if I can put it on here. Do you mind if I do it?
Oh, I don't care. We can screen share. And Ben, if you're still in here, you'll be able to read what this thing says. And Jen, I was in a live stream the other day, and the only person you could see was Classy Lady. And I don't know what happened. You couldn't see a lot of people's. You could only see hers, actually, her chat. So I don't know what happened to that. I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I'm still trying to figure out how to get it on there.
Well, you need to go to screen share and share that tab that it's on.
Yeah, it's saying stream share was canceled. No, it wasn't. Okay. I'm going to hit stream share right now and then go to which one? Screen sharing works the best for on computer?
Don't do the entire screen. Go over and do the one that's where you can hit the individual tab that you want to share. Here, I'll make. Well, I can't really show you from here.
Let me see. Screen sharing tips. What's not doing that?
If you've got it, you have it pulled up on a tab, right? Go to screen share. Well, go to screen share, hit share screen, and then it'll say entire screen, application window. Go to application window, or you might need to go to Chrome tab. I don't know which one you're on. But go to application window, and it'll show you which tab that you want to share. And if you're on Chrome, you might need to go to the Chrome tab. I don't know.
All right, let me see here. Let me see. I'm trying to do this right now. Let me hit screen share and share screen. And it says your entire screen, application window.
Application. Go to application.
Okay. And I think, why does it says RT something awake? Let me see if this is, I'm thinking this is it. I'm hoping. Just let me know if it is. Is it showing?
Let me pop it up here. I can't see what you got. It's just black.
It's just black?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to remove that. Then I'm going to go back to the other one. So just go back to screen share again.
Yeah.
And go to share screen. And then go to application window. And then I'm going to pull it up right here. And then I'm going to share it. And then I'm going to click on that one.
Okay, let me see if that's
and then should be there.
Oh, you're sharing your whole. You need to get it on a tab by itself.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out myself here.
Hey, get left click on your mouse. Get on the picture and left click on the mouse, and it'll say something about putting it on its own tab.
Let me see here. Edit. Set as a desktop. Create a new video, slideshow, print, rotate, cast to device.
Y'all hear me?
Get her figured out. But yeah, it's just nuts out here, guy. It's showing that it's down at the bottom of the screen. You know how down at the bottom it has my picture, and then right there, see?
Yeah, but it's showing your whole tab. See how your whole tab's showing?
Right, but I got
pull out that individual shot you want and put it on a separate tab by itself. That way you can share that.
Loop. Show controls. Open video in new tab.
Yeah.
It won't even let me open it up. I'm clicking on it right now. Yeah, it won't. I'm clicking on it. It's not letting me put it on. It says open video in new tab, and it's not letting me do it. I'm clicking on it. Let me see. Nope. Just ain't doing it. Nah, that's okay. We'll do it next time. I'll figure it out. But I've never used it before like that. I've seen you guys do it all the time. I've just never utilized it yet.
Yeah, what you got to do is whatever tab you have pulled up. Like, let me see. I'll do like this. All right, like I just pulled up this tab. It's not, well, let me get this stuff out of the way. I'm going to go to screen share. Excuse me for clearing my throat and the mic. I'm at the mute.
That's all right. It just cleaned out my ear. That's okay.
But see how, like, I'm sharing that right there, right?
Right. That's your front page, yeah.
And then if I go over here to my photos, it's going to share every bit of these photos, right?
Mm-hmm. It'll show that whole section, okay?
Right. And what I'm going to do if this thing ever pull up, I'm going to left click on that, open link in new tab, boom. It's taking a while, man.
And then you just click on that new tab, right?
Well, I'm gonna show. Well, it will show the whole new tab when it does show up.
Okay.
But what I was gonna try to show you, which I don't think I'll be able to.
Well, let me ask you a question. When you start off doing this platform and that, before you go live, can you set this all up before?
Yeah.
You can? Okay, so so I can practice on that. That's what I'll do, is I'll practice on it, and that this way I can do it. Yeah, see, I see the picture.
You see how it's on its separate tab, and I can get rid of that back there, and I've only got one tab right there.
Right. Okay, I'll figure that out.
But yeah, you can have stuff set up like this already in the background, and you can sit there, and after you get through showing that, well, you can actually go to your next tab you have lined up.
Right.
Or you can just exit out with share screen and go ahead.
So that's a good way that I could put some of the stuff that I'm doing in that, and go and show the people the different stuff that I'm finding. Right. Okay, I see. Perfect. That's what I'm gonna do this afternoon after I get back from Home Depot and that. I'll get on there and get that, because I want to do this thing about that. What I was telling you about the abortions and stuff.
Yeah, that would work good for that. If you could have those tabs pulled up already. And look, you could make a window and have a bunch of tabs in, or not a window, what do you call it?
Right.
But anyhow, whatever with all the different tabs.
Right.
And you could do one tab that's already there. And when you're through with it, if you don't want to go back to it, you can just exit out and show the next one.
Okay.
Or you could separate and have different tabs all over. That way just go back to them.
Right. You just click on each individual one that's up at the top then.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Cool. This is so much easier to use, John Boy, than that other system. I'm telling you.
That Yards, Hangouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hangouts. You couldn't really screen share like that.
No. What I didn't like about it was when one person talks, the other person would disappear.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't like that. I liked it where you can see each other, you know, and it could, because somebody comes into your show and they're seeing one person talk and they don't see you until you talk, you know, so they don't know what's happening really too much. It's a nice little system though. I really dig it. And I won't even mess with OBS, even though I have it downloaded into this. That thing is a pain in the keister, man.
Oh no, I've got OBS figured out. I just can't broadcast with it because I don't have enough bandwidth.
See, well, I got the bandwidth. I just can't figure it out yet. I just really, well, to be honest with you, I really didn't study it too much yet.
It's just like this. Oh, it is a little harder because you have to go and find source, and that would be like your camera or a window or whatever. There's all sorts of different
Right.
sources.
That part I don't have a problem with. The part that I have a problem with is putting like you're in that one box and I'm in this box. But in this box where I'm at, that's where your content would be. You know, the information, and that's how Marf is doing his. That's how Marf is doing his. That's exactly how he's doing his. That's how he's using OBS, and that's how he's getting that little box on the side of him, and he's doing the talking.
Oh yeah. You could set up your. Man, I hate this backwards camera. You could have a little section in this corner right here. Well, dadgum, I can't do this backwards.
I know, it's a pain.
You could have your little box here. You could have your another box in this corner. Then you can have you something here. And then you could have you something over here. Then you could have you something over here. But you could also have other scenes ready where you got different boxes everywhere or one open screen. I mean, it's just like having a news studio on your computer. You can have things set up indefinitely on the OBS to where this is limited.
So what does OBS stand for? Does it mean
Open Broadcast System?
Okay. All right. I thought that's
just like a news, you know how your local news station runs and stuff like just like that. You know how they got all their news headlines up? Well, they're all on that OBS system, and all they do is key up the next scene.
Right, but this one, this here, that platform that we're on now, we can pretty much do the same thing, but except for all the whistles and and everything else that OBS has. Right. But I finally was able to get into because I wanted to start doing thumbnails, and so I downloaded an editing program. Man, it's so simple and easy. I'm gonna have to get that information to you so you can check it out.
Well, you know what?
It's really easy.
On my tablet, I can actually edit my photos better there than I can on the thumbnail app I have.
Really? See, I can't. I tried using one of mine. Mine's a Samsung tablet that I have right here. This one right here.
Yeah.
And I can't do it on here. I can't. There's editing, but it's not. For doing thumbnails.
Mine's a Galaxy 7.
Yeah. This is I don't even remember what the name of this is. I've had this for a long time, but it's a pretty good little computer. I should say tablet. It's a nice little one, but I've had it for a few years and it's really great. I really like this little thing, but it's getting really slow. And that's a problem. And I'm like, why is it going slow? I cleaned out everything completely. But the only thing I don't like about these is when a battery goes on it, you the only way you can keep it going is having it plugged in all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Once the batteries go on this, what do you do? Do you take them in and have them put a new battery in it for you?
I don't know. I'm going to show you mine real quick. It might mess up. Look, this thing wasn't even a month old, and you're going to see what my screen looks like. It fell, and it wasn't even a month old.
Oh, no. Roots Magoo, how you doing, buddy? Revelation.
Yeah, I messed up. The smartphone will work.
I have two smartphones. I have this one here. It's a Samsung that I have, and then I have where's that other one? It's an iPhone. It's an iPhone that I just got. It's the XR. I'm looking all over for my phone and sitting right here in front of me.
Look, this little old ZTE right here. I don't know. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see
it. Look how bad that screen is.
Oh, man, that's really got some cracks in there.
This is how I've done my whole YouTube up to about 2 months ago when I got the tablet. And then I went from the tablet to this laptop. But something's messed up in my voice. What's it called? But anyhow, my desktop sounds like chipmunks. It don't matter. I cannot.
Well, are you running Acer Chromebook?
I've got, believe it or not, yeah, I got an Acer. It's a Acer Chromebook 15, and my desktop is an Acer too, if you can believe that.
Yeah, see, that's what mine is. Mine's an Acer as well. and it's a Chromebook as well. But I don't like using this to stream. For me to make video, for me, if I wanted to do something offline and make some videos with it, then it's no problem. But for streaming and stuff, and for me to download like OBS and a lot of other stuff on there,
you cannot put OBS on that.
No, and that's because of the extensions, and that is what is it, number 10 on it, and it should because of extensions, and some extensions won't work. It won't work on them, and it's like, so you really can't do much. But now with this new computer that I have now, this new one, which is really nice, and I really like it a lot. This is an all-in-one system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything's in here, so it all works really good. I have a separate mic, even though it has its own webcam. I like using this webcam. I like this webcam better.
Right.
Yeah, it works a lot better, and it gives me a lot more things I can do with it. I mean, I can change pictures, and I can edit a little bit of stuff here and there. I could change the ratio from what is it, 30 to 60 frames per second. You know, I could do all that with it, which makes it nice. It didn't cost very much. It was like what? It's a Logic HD. What is it? Yeah, it's an HD 1080p Logic, and it works really well. It works really well, and I like it though too, because I could take it from there, and it's got in the back side of it. Well, you can't see the back side of it, but it's got where a screw hole in the back where you can put it on a tripod. You can put it on the tripod as well too. So anywhere I could take the camera, and I can have the camera sitting over here, you know, on my tripod. Is if I want, you know, I can put it in several different places, or I could take it and I can plug it into my my iPhone itself. I could take it outside and use that as well too, which makes it really nice. But my iPhone does really well on doing recordings. If you ever get a chance to get one, John Boy, and the only reason why I went with an iPhone this time was simply because of what the capabilities that it can do. iPhone and the tablets and for Mac and all that were made for music and for streaming. That was the reason why. And that's and the other like Samsung phones and stuff like that were not made for that. Even though they've gotten better, the iPhone still is a lot better in the quality and the picture and you know, streaming and all that. And that's what they originally came out with when they started doing all this, was for you to be able to stream better and, you know, and have better content and be able to put better content on it and all that. So it's really good. I really enjoy it.
I didn't get on. Well, how am I trying to say that? I had a YouTube channel, but for some reason my phone wouldn't let me get on it, right? And let's see what happened. Something happened to that phone. I had to get a new phone, and I couldn't remember my password to get into my old YouTube account.
Right.
So I had to start a new one.
Right.
And I started that in 2016, but from 2016 up to like 2 or 3 months ago, I was strictly telephone and the little ZTE phones, and that's what I did everything with.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, but I've never wanted an iPhone because, man, they're just, I guess my opinion's changing. I was never going to get on YouTube like this ever. I was just going to do sky videos or whatever I saw, strange animals, you know, just put clips up here and there. And next thing I know now, I'm an opinionated person on YouTube.
Well, that's what you needed to do. Your heart told you to go a different direction, and that's what you did.
I go directions and don't even know I'm going that way anymore.
Yeah, but it's the platform for YouTube is really a great thing. I really think it's a great thing, and it's like what I think it was Bamboo who said it last night or the night before last. We're basically taking and using Google and YouTube. It's a great thing to have, but it's causing a lot of people a lot of problems. So it's like a double-edged sword. You know,
I think I've messed up their analytics or something because they're coming down on me for stuff. I know what I mean. I think they're looking for a reason to take my channel.
I think so. I really do. Because we read that stuff with you while we were doing the show the other night. We read that stuff that YouTube says you can and you can't do, and you did not meet any of that criteria. You wasn't not even part of it, and yet they took you down. But the only thing I can think of, go ahead.
Look, they were showing on that YouTube a guy burning a poster, and I said, "Well, that was hate." And they said I was wrong. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He could burn that. I'm like, hang on. I'm getting confused now. Mm-hmm. Now you can video somebody burn a poster, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but just like me. It's just like me seeing somebody burn a flag. I go crazy. I do. I'm like, what? I just don't understand it. We our country's not the best there is in this. It is the best in the world, in my opinion. But for them to come out and do the stuff that they're doing, burning flags and that, and calling us not Americans, and that everybody else across the world is better than the rest of us, and that.
What are we? Just not despicables. What's the word?
Yeah, that's the word. We're despicables.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Hello, shout.
No. Deplorables.
Deplorables. Yeah.
Deplorables.
Same difference.
Yeah.
No.
Same thing. Yeah, same thing. But it's
all right for them to get up there and do hate speech like that and call the American public deplorables, and then sit there and say if you're a Trump supporter, you're a white racist. And
I know, huh? It's crazy
for that to be on public TV, on national world news, politicians having that coming out of their mouth, and I put a video up about the truth, and I'm getting a hate speech strike against me.
Well, you made a good point. What was it, yesterday? That when you said, well, aren't they considered hate speech, like Maxine Waters when she sent those her people to that restaurant and attacked that commentator or that senator? And started using verbal abuse on her and spitting at him. Why didn't she get arrested? Isn't that inciting? Isn't that inciting a riot?
Exactly.
Isn't that what she was doing? Inciting people to cause pain on others. That's what she was doing. Yet they do nothing about it. They do nothing about it, and nobody pushes the issue in regards to what she did. Because they're government, and they stop everybody from being able to do anything.
She should have had to resign over that, like everybody else does, because they found out this guy pimped some woman's butt 23 years ago or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Check this out. A little worse.
Yeah, check this out. What Safe Center says. Safe Center says people have died and are still dying for my right to tell people off. Stupid people. See, and he get that. I don't know if Safe Center is a woman or a man, but either which way, you're 100% right. And the thing is people don't realize that, Safe Center, they don't care. Yet they want to attack our American citizens. They wanted to attack our veterans, and I even actually heard some lady turn around and say, "Well, the reason why they went into service and that and everything is because they needed to get a job. They were bad anyway." That kind of stuff. And I'm like, wait a second. Don't we have our rights in the United States because of them? Because of the people that protect us and that? Well, let them people go out there and strap on a gun and that and a backpack and that and go out there and face Al-Qaeda and ISIS and all them. And let me see what they do. A bunch of cowards talking that trash. Cowards. They won't even step up to the plate. It doesn't matter if you've been in the service or not. Read your Constitution. Pay attention. Stop acting like a bunch of children and start acting like adults and start saying what's right. Exactly. But they don't want to do that, John Boy. They don't want to do that.
Yeah, because it'll be considered bucking the system, and the system will come down on them. People don't want trouble, and they know if they try to stand up for their rights, they're going to get trouble. So they'd rather not have trouble than have their rights.
Right. Well, look at this guy. What is it in Hong Kong? Look at the one guy that stood up and got over 1 million people out on the freaking streets. A young kid Not somebody my age, 58 years old. We're talking, he looks like he's probably in his early 20s. And he stood up to China. And yet none of us want to do anything like that, to do anything to protect our kids and our country, our citizens of the United States and that. Nobody wants to do that. But when it happens in the United States, don't expect the ones that are trying to help our communities to help you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not willing to step forward and be part of something that's detrimental to everybody in the United States, that's causing so much pain to everybody. I hate it, John Boy. I hate seeing people on the streets panhandling for money, looking sickly, don't have no place to live. Yet other people are taking advantage of our system and that, and being brought into our country and given cars and food and homes free of charge.
Yeah.
But it's not free. It comes out of my pocket and your pocket, John Boy, and all the people that are in chat. It comes out of their pockets. But I understand people here in the United States when they're sick and they're disabled and they can't afford stuff. That's what the government is there to help them. But it's not a lifelong kind of situation.
Hey, we got another guest coming up on the panel. Do you see that?
No.
Oh.
Who is it?
Rose. We have discernment from Rose in the house.
Right. Cool.
Her mic's muted though.
Cool. Yeah, it's just crazy out there, man. The people that need help. And yet the government turns them away and stuff and everything. Like this lady here, that's coming on. She's a good lady in that. She's got problems just like all of us in that. But because of the situation that she's in and that she's getting all kinds of grief and all kinds of pain in the ass shit from people. We got to leave people alone. We got to leave people alone and stop sticking our noses in other people's businesses and telling them how to live their lives and what they should do and how to act and everything else. Leave people alone. Let people talk and let them say what they need to say. If we don't agree with what they say, then we agree to disagree.
Save Center is a female.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm sorry about that, Save Center. I didn't know, and I apologize if I offended you in any way. But
that is a neutral gender name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
John Boy, that's pretty self-explanatory. Hey, cat size and 1111 code.
Whoa.
Rose, you're up here. Your mute's mic'd. What did I say? Your mute's mic'd. Your mic's mute.
Mute's mic'd. I thought I just heard her. I thought I just heard her say something. Hello, Rose.
Rose.
Earth to Rose. Come in, Rose.
She spoke.
Hey, y'all are
Hey, Rose.
in and out really bad.
Oh, it must be you.
It is.
Have bad
It's always
reception.
me.
Well, I'm
You're-
just saying,
you're
if we're cutting out, it must because you're kind of
can-
cutting out.
Like I can hear you better now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you good. I can hear you. I hear a dog.
Oh, that's my dog.
Oh, okay.
He's after something.
Can you hear me better now?
Now we can. Yes.
Yeah.
Now we can.
What's been going on, Rose?
So, have y'all seen all the stuff that they're going on about your credit scores and all of that now?
What was
About
that?
the what?
Sorry, Rose, we didn't catch that. What did you say?
She muted her mic.
Have you heard about where they're doing the credit scores over here? Where now, like where they were doing it in China, now they're doing it in America. Where
Yeah.
everybody's gonna.
Yeah, I found out about it from your channel. That's where I found out about it. When you were talking about it and that, and then you were showing that video on it.
She muted her mic again.
Okay.
She might be muted because of the background noises, but we heard you find that, Rose. Well, she's gone again.
Yeah, she was.
She must be having bad reception.
She probably is.
But yeah, she put out a couple videos today. One's about they're watching you and which they are. But that credit score thing, it's slick been going on over here. But when they
But that's all naive about it. I didn't even know they were doing that crap here until Rose mentioned it. I didn't even know about it.
we'll kind of look at the credit score in a way as that, but that's only for credit situations.
But this is going to be, you won't be able to fly on planes and, all that kind of stuff, or you're not going to be able to send your kids to a good school, or you won't be able to get a good job someplace and you're going to get low pay in that, It's just crazy.
Well, they must already have that in place then. No.
Yeah, Rose has got some good content. She does. She really does got some good stuff. And she got a lot of stuff that I've never seen on anybody else's channel at all. And she's got a lot of it that's really good. But it's just nuts out there. Like I was saying, John Boy, about me but stabbing at the dog, of all places, a dog park.
In the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Or morning. Well, it was morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we went over there probably, I'd say, about 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, and we were there for a good, hour and a half. And within that time, we were in the park, and the guy came walking in through the gate with his dog. And he said, "Yeah, did you see that over there?" And I'm like, "What?" He says, "See the cops?" And I look over there, and there's the fire department, ambulance, police all over the place. Lady's got blood running down her face. She was stabbed.
Did they get the guy, I wonder?
No, the guy said that the person that did it took off around and got out of there.
Really?
So so I don't know who it was, or what happened, or why it happened. I don't know. I haven't the slightest idea. It makes no sense to me. But it's just disgusting, and it's getting like this here in Colorado. It's getting bad, and I keep telling people, hey, Chicago's really bad with 52 over the weekend getting shot. It's starting here in Colorado with all the people that are moving here to Colorado. And like I was saying, John Boy, I run apartments, and out of 20 people that contact me about an apartment, 2 were from Colorado. The rest were from out of state. 2.
That's crazy.
And that's what it is. I got apartment 203 down here that the guy's moving in. He's from Southern California. He won't be here until, the first of the month is when he's moving in. But him and his son flew back to Southern California to load up all their stuff and bring it out here. So, this is what's going on here. It's getting worse.
California, I saw a video on that, how that's the biggest socialist state in our states, and that's why a lot of people are leaving there. And they're saying, if you leave there, don't bring that stuff with you.
We ain't going to tolerate it here.
Mm-mm.
No, I won't. There's a lot of us here in Colorado that believe the law is the law, and what is right, and what's wrong is wrong. If you can't see it in front of your face, then why would you believe anybody what's going on?
Well, last Dan, I never realized you were Hispanic until you said it.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know you were.
Yeah.
And when you said you were, I was like, what?
I know.
Then you were talking about the sanctuary cities and stuff, and then you said you were Hispanic. I was like, hang on.
Yeah, but see, not all of us agree. That's what I'm saying. That's why I came out and they did that one video where I'm saying this is the perspective from a Spanish person's viewpoint in Colorado about what's going on with the immigration. We don't all agree what's going on. We don't agree what's happening when they turn around and they say about white people causing the problem in the United States. That's bullshit. They're stereotyping. They're profiling is what they're doing. That's bullshit, and exactly what's doing. What a person's color is doesn't make a difference. What their character is what makes the difference.
Well,
You know,
that's what Ben Time Traveler started out his lives. He goes, "I'm a white privileged son." I was,
I tell I tell my friends, "Are you white privileged?" He goes, "Hell no." I
I'm
go, "Well,
not.
then what's the problem?" I said, and he goes, "I don't know." I said, I know what the problem is. It's the guys in government that started talking this shit. And if you notice the trend on it, once the government started talking about white privilege, it just took off.
Mhm.
It took off now. Now it's
You know
now
why?
all the white people now.
You
It's
know
like,
why though, right? They're trying to stick that to Trump. They're trying to make Trump look like a white supremacist, and anybody that supports Trump's ideas or anything is a white supremacist also.
yeah, exactly. But even deeper than that, there's a correlation between them saying white privilege and immigration. Okay, and what I mean by that is for them to come into the United States legally, we have no problem with. With them coming in here illegally, we got a problem with. And because the president has turned around and says we don't like that, he's a racist. And because he's a white man, he's a white racist man, and then
Oh.
put every man that is white in that same stereotypical situation that he decided to do.
Obama sent more people back than Trump has.
Yes, brother. Amen to that. Yes, he did. He did, but they didn't have a problem with it, did they? No.
Hey,
They
didn't
didn't have a
Hillary
problem.
even say something years and years ago about we had an immigration problem?
Yep.
We got Rose back up here.
Yeah, but they don't care. They all it comes down to is this: they get them all here into the United States. They vote Democrat. We get the president out. If they have more of them coming in, and that's what they're telling the migrants that are coming in. Vote for us when you do get into the United States, because we'll help you. We'll give you this, and we'll do this, and we'll help you do this, and come on. Why don't they follow the law that we have already set up for us?
They're not telling them. They're not asking them to. They're saying you have to vote Democrat.
Yeah.
They're not telling them they have a choice.
Right. And so what do you think they're doing in Mexico? Check this out. Mexico, the what do they call them? The coyotes and all those guys, those head guys out there. They're sending them people here to the United States. They know how to get into the United States and what to say and how to be protected. Once they get in the United States, they start making money. They send part of the money back to the coyotes at a higher percentage than that, and so they're funding them at the same time and paying them with the American citizens' money. So they're making no effort here to take care of the people here, but they're sending the money all the way back to Mexico to support their groups out there. And check this out as well. Even their own government says it's okay for them to come here, because what they do, the biggest part of money that comes into Mexico is from the people that live in the United States that are immigrants that came here illegally, sending their money back out there to their families and spending money to buy their foods and stuff that they need out there, because their own government has no way of no welfare system or anything like that set up. And they said that's the biggest thing that's coming into our country.
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. At one time in my life, I was a maintenance man for a rental property company, and I had to go all over Memphis going to rental properties and fixing stuff, maintenance man, right?
Right.
Well, I go to this one house. There's 7 Mexican families living in this one house. All right. Now, you got 7 families living in one house. You've done cut those expenses down a lot. So they had a lot of money left over, and every bit of that money went to Mexico to their families.
Right,
so what you're saying, I have seen firsthand.
Yeah, but the biggest problem is the guy that rented it to them. That's the problem. That's the problem right here. It's the same thing when I was younger, when I used to live in Rocky Ford, Colorado, and I worked in the fields, because I worked the fields alongside of the Mexicans as well too. I worked in those fields, and I know what it's like out there. And it's against the law for them to hire them and bring them out there and to do the work as well too. And if the government at that time, for everyone that they caught out there, would be $1,000 fine per person that they would catch. But would they do anything about it? Not one of them got called. The cops on them, nothing. And check this out. And what they did, what the American citizens do when they have their own farms and they hire all the Mexicans to come in, they put little houses and stuff on their property. Then they charge the Mexicans money to live on the land at the same time at a high cost price. And this is how they keep them doing what they're doing here in the United States too. I seen it face to face with us up, man.
They trap them. It's like the old coal mines used to do that. They'd get those workers in there and have housing already set up and everything, and you had to buy everything from. I mean, the general store was owned by the coal company. The daggum, you know what I mean? Everything was owned by the coal company, so you never could leave. You became a slave to them, slick slave, man.
Right, and that's what Cesar Chavez did when he started to try to start the union for the people that worked in the fields and stuff and everything. When he tried to do that shit and everything, the people of the United States went off, because of what he was trying to do. But he was trying to protect the people, is what he was trying to do. But the people in the United States didn't want him to protect the people. They wanted to keep it the same way and give them such low wages and stuff and everything, and cheat them at the same time too. So it's not only the people coming across the border in the United States. It's the employers that allow this shit to happen and get people to come in and at cheap rate money and everything. That's what they're doing to
Mississippi. They just, they had that 600 and something people round up, and it came from three companies down there that were like canning companies. I don't know if they did potted meat or canned vegetables or what, but it was three canning companies, and they got 600 people. That was 200 person people, over 200 a company, right?
Right.
Those companies should be in trouble, right?
That's
There's no way. I could see if you accidentally had one or two illegals in your company, but when you got 200 in each company, basically, there's no way to say I didn't know.
Well, the first thing they turned around and said because a lot of the places that they hit and that there was poultry. Well, your chicken prices are going to go up now.
Yeah.
What they freaking do, Its prices are going up anyways. Doesn't matter what happens. We're getting screwed in the end. They're getting screwed in the end as well. They're getting screwed by the coyotes as well, and their own government is screwing them at the same time too. So it's a whole game. That's why everybody keeps saying, the president keeps saying, well, we got to bring the stuff back to the United States from other countries so that we can build this stuff ourselves and that. Well, the problem is we have people in our country that want to send the stuff outside our country because it's cheaper and take advantage of other people. That's the bullshit part about it.
You know what's so crazy? Our companies that outsource to China found somebody to outsource that to.
Yeah, exactly.
And the product got even worse.
I know, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's sad. It's really sad. When you start putting these things together and seeing what's going on, you start to realize the reason why the situation is not because the immigrants are coming into the United States. It's because of our government officials not following the laws that we're supposed to follow. What makes them better than the rest of us? What makes them decide that they can do this without voting on it and making decisions from the people?
Their government exempt.
They think they're exempt until somebody sticks their boot up their asses and shit. And that's what it's coming down to in the United States. People are tired of it. They're tired of dealing with the stupidity of our own government, lying to us, cheating on us, talking crap about us, marking us as terrorists. And they get away with the shit that they're doing, and they're doing exactly what they said that we're doing. They're doing it themselves, not us. They are. That's the problem. And then the best thing that they can do to make sure everything gets so they don't get blamed is they do little false flags here, little false stuff here, lie over here. I told you the other night when I was watching the news, Fox News, that lady came on, the one that's running for president, the last one. She come out saying, yeah, it's not against the law. The president, our government can feed you propaganda, and they can tell you lies and not tell you the truth about the stuff. and they're doing it. And
they got paid for hate speech and for saying the same thing. Basically proving. Hey, wait a minute. What time did that woman do that?
That was just before I came onto the show. That was before I came onto that show with you.
before you came on that show is when they did that to me. So was it because what she said proved what I was showing, and they sat there and said we better strike that?
Maybe.
I mean, think about it.
Well, yeah,
that timing is kind of close.
what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna make sure that we see this, because I want everybody to see this video. I'll research it and find out what I got to remember what day that was. What day was that we did that? Was that 2 days ago that we did that show?
Man,
Because it wasn't yesterday.
I'll have to look. No, it was the day before yesterday. What was
Okay.
that? What day? It's Wednesday, Sunday night.
All right, I'll check. I'll go through Fox, and I have Fox app on my phone, and I'll go through there and look at all those videos that they showed in that, and I'll get it, and then I'll make a copy of it so that you could see it, what I'm talking about. But she actually said that they have the right to give us propaganda on the people of the United States.
Great. I'll add that clip onto the one I got struck on and put them both out there as one video and say, all right, if mine is hate speech, what is that?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. But that's why I brought it up when you mentioned that. That's why I brought it up, because my wife and I were sitting on the couch over here, and we saw it right on Fox just before I got on the show with you. About a half hour, 45 minutes before I got on the show with you.
And you didn't know my show was about that.
No, I didn't even have the slightest idea. I didn't even know. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, it tripped me out when you told me what she said. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man.
I love what Reverend. I like what Reverend Unknown says. I work 11 hours a day, every day, to give it all away. Slave. You're right. You're right. You're 100% right on that. And that's exactly what we're doing.
Oh yeah, we are. All our tax. I mean, look, I was self-employed, and daggum stuff was just costing me too much. I'm paying taxes on all my materials and stuff, and then I got to pay Uncle Sam, and screw all that.
Right, exactly. It's nuts.
You only got like 30% of your income to get through doing all that.
Yeah,
but there's
because you have to, and they don't think about it. A person out there making $15 an hour has to pay rent, car insurance, medical insurance, electricity, food, things that they gas for their vehicles. I mean, and then they want to take it away. How is a person supposed to even surprise on $15 an hour? Hey, TJ.
Can't.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
They say minimum wage there is $18.
Where's that at?
I don't know. I need to go there.
NZ?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. $18 an hour. Well, yeah, here in Colorado, it's $7 and some odd cents an hour.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Now,
yeah, he says most of the people that are there are $35 an hour. And he's a painter for trade people. $35 an hour. Look what he's getting over there compared to here. Wow. $7.25. Yeah, that's what Rose says. Rose says the minimum wage there is $7.25 an hour. And she's in Tennessee too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's in private chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's we have the capability of being able to take care of the people here in the United States. We have the money to be able to house people here in the United States. We have money here to be able to feed every person in the United States. We have the money, guys. The problem is greed has taken over in the United States, and it's killing us. That's what the problem is. It's killing us, and the government and that are behind all of it, and the big business, which runs our government, tells them how to do it, and that's the reason why we're in the situations that we're in. Because nobody wants to stand up, John. Nobody wants to fight back. Everybody wants to sit back and accept it. Well, I'm one person that don't accept this kind of stuff. That's why I'm here on the show and we say this kind of stuff. But I see your video. I see that up.
Let's let everybody hear what is really going on, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me get it. Oh, no. I hit the wrong button somewhere. No, I didn't.
Y'all got to hear this. If you have
Joseph Goebbels of the Nazi
Oh, it's going to do that.
Party said, if you
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hang on, y'all. I don't know what the hell. Why'd that do that to me?
it's not wanting you to show it. I think the AI's got onto you.
I'm on the actual video I got that from. So
Listen,
it's like a couple hours long.
Let me tell you this real quick. This is from Stacy S. Stacy says she's on ability and her rent costs as much as she makes a month. And
If you
she says that she
televise-
works and she worked for 25 years. That is sad. So sad.
Oh, it is.
But this has got
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, but this is a sick situation. She shouldn't have to be doing that. You know, she worked her ass off all these years and that at a job for 25 years and that, and she has to deal with this situation. They think it's okay to give her back pittance when she's made money into the government, and that's what they give them back. See, this is what I'm talking about. They have no respect for us. If they did, they would make sure the people that put money into their government, who paid their taxes, who paid into their Social Security and that, get money back. You know, but no, they don't do that. They give you a pittance of what you put in, and they still keep more of it. It doesn't matter. You don't get it back. You may put that money in Social Security, but that doesn't mean you're going to get that amount back. Not at all. And that's exactly what they do.
I've been seeing old Tom Selleck on TV sitting there talking about reverse mortgages. Oh, man, it's not a scam. You know, basically that's what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
You just get money when you need money, and you don't have to worry about paying it back. But then at the end, he goes, but when you leave your home, I'm thinking, all right, why are you leaving your home? Because you died, right?
That's it.
But they make it, they sugarcoat that so, because that's how my great-grandparents and my grandparents lost their place. They didn't reverse mortgage anything. All right, my great-grandparents died, right? So my grandparents moved into the family farm. And my grandmother had to go into the nursing home. Let me do this for a second. My grandmother had to go to the nursing home, right? Well, my grandfather visited her every day. You know, I mean, she was in there like 5 years, right? And she finally died. Well, after she died, well, anyhow, let me get to the gist of it. When my grandfather died, he found out that he owed the government $90,000 because he did not take my grandmother's name off the deed while she was in the old folks home or the rehabilitation home, however you want to call it. So because she had property asset, they were charging and they didn't even know it. So we lost the family farm because we had to sell it to pay the government what they said was owed to them.
Yeah. It's
This
sad.
farm has been in existence since 1900.
Yep. Well, check this out, John. Check this out. My grandmother and my grandfather lived downtown Denver. Okay,
Yeah.
where the Auraria campus is right now. The Community College of Colorado is downtown. They did that. What is that domain thing? Omit domain. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, they did that to them and kicked my family out of there.
Yeah.
And they gave them money that's less value than what the property was worth.
Yeah.
Okay, is what they did. So you know, this is the kind of shit that they pull on people, thinking that that it's okay to do the shit that they do to them, and everybody is okay with it. Nobody stands up and says anything, and what few people that do, they just dismiss them.
Look,
You know, like they're nothing.
Read this comment. Wait a minute, where'd it go? Here it is. My housemate is a disabled veteran. His food stamps have been downgraded to $15 a month. Well, he ought to be able to eat off that.
See what I'm saying? And this is a disabled veteran.
I know.
People need to
They don't
freaking make
discriminate. They don't
They don't.
discriminate.
No,
They
they
hate
don't.
us all. They hate us all.
That's it. Especially, and they even hate the veterans even more. You see what they do to the veterans. You're a veteran, aren't you, John Boy? You know that you know what this kind of shit that they do to people. It's ridiculous. Yet they think that they're good. Well, this is how they do how they make our government so big in the United States, and that this is how they do it. They give back less than what you give in. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. Because they're so big, they have to spend money on themselves. You know, God Almighty. You know, what's going to happen to them if they can't get their Rolls Royce that next month? You know, or they can't get that Lamborghini that they want so bad, or that mansion that they wanted, or that Obama home that has how many fences? How many fences does he have? You know, he's got 10. He's got 10 fences, 10 walls, dude. 10 walls.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 10 walls he's got on his freaking property. All these fuckers do. Excuse my language. Sorry, guys. I apologize for my language, but I get heated sometimes when I start discussing this stuff about what this crap that they're doing to all of us. Well, somebody's going to say something.
Let me play this video real quick, and we'll settle down. This is the problem. And look, this is not my video by any means. This is the main video I got this video from. So if they do anything about this isn't my video. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So here we. Well, I thought we were going.
Right
Stacey,
now.
yes, I agree with you.
Propaganda
Oh my God! Here we go again.
mastermind Joseph Goebbels of the Nazi Party. He said, if you
know what? This ain't gonna work.
tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it,
Look, I'm gonna stop this thing right here because they're pissing me off. You know what popped up on my screen?
What's that?
A little banner come up and say, "Are you experiencing interruptions? Find out why." Well, why would they know I'm having interruptions? You know what I mean?
Yeah. See?
Are you experiencing interruptions? Oh my God, they pissed me off.
See, and that's what I'm talking about, John Boy. Just like they put that little banner on the bottom about chemtrails. Why would they have to put that? Why do they have to put that stuff in there to say that we're wrong and they're right? How does YouTube know that they're right? How do they know they're right?
It's on the bottom of this video. See it? See it right there?
I see it. I see it right now.
Contrail.
That's what I'm talking about. That's ridiculous. It's not contrails. It's chemtrails is what we call it. Chemicals that are trailing behind the plane that stay there for hours at a time and start as one line, it starts to spread out.
But anyhow, I can't get that to pull up, so I'm going to just disappear it.
All right, I understand.
Right.
Looks like Rose is in again.
Yeah, Rose.
Hey, Rose, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're there. Rose knows what it's like. She tried to get some assistance and some help in that, and they won't even help her. Our own American citizens. Bunch of bullshit.
But if she went in there not knowing how to speak English, she'd get some help.
I bet you she would.
That's what I'd do, Rose. Start talking jibber jabber. Tell them you're from some. Make up a country name. I'm serious, man. I thought about posing as a dadgum foreign woman to try to get a job because a white man ain't got a chance in this country.
Not anymore. Not anymore because of our own government that spread that propaganda bullshit. They're the ones that caused it. That's what happened. It's not us individuals that caused it. It's our own government that got on stage and said right on the television, right on YouTube and any other platform, the white man is the problem, which is a bunch of bullshit. It's not. It's our government. It's the people with the money in the pocket that is the problem.
Exactly. And they want more money.
Yeah, and they're going to get it. You watch.
Says Mike
is-
Morales got a copyright strike for showing a clip from his own older video. Oh my goodness. I
Oh
believe
my God. It's ridiculous, man. But I'm so tired of this stuff that's going on. I'm so tired of seeing the children being destroyed. I'm tired of seeing people out in the streets suffering in that. You know, I'm tired of the people not being able to afford to be able to live in an apartment and not be able to have food. Check this out. I actually knew a person that said, how am I going to be able to get insurance and still be able to put food on my table? How am I going to be able to do that if my company's not going to be give us decent insurance for us? You know, when you get insurance, and that my insurance is crazy too. You know, it's like $1,500 deductible. You know, just for that, and then they charge what is it? I don't know how much, but over $100. I know that per paycheck.
Oh yeah,
For the insurance that you may not even ever use, but you still have to do it. And if you don't get insurance, one of my tenants told me, he goes, I got a bill from the government. And I go, for what? He goes, because I didn't have an insurance. And I go, what they charge? He goes, $700.
that's illegal.
They do it. It's not illegal as long as they enforce it.
Yeah, it is. No, look. They just said all that fines for not having insurance stuff is unconstitutional. They already turned that and said that's unconstitutional. So I think anybody that paid the fine or anything like that should be reimbursed.
They should be, but they're not doing it here in Colorado. Not at all.
Well, look, when that Obamacare started going into place, all our county hospitals in Tennessee started shutting down. Bless you. Bless you.
John Boy says, bless you. She says, thank you. Yeah, but
after a slice of pie.
That's it.
Is there any left?
Actually, I don't know. I think there is. I'll send you a piece. But you know, it's ridiculous. Even people in our own chat right now are talking about this. They're saying this stuff and everything, how they're surviving, what they're doing to them.
Good gum. What kind of muffler? Or it didn't have one, did it?
No, I'm sorry. That's why I had my mic off, because I figured y'all would hear the vehicles.
Yeah, but people are suffering everywhere, and us are trying to help other people, but we can't even help other people ourselves because we can't even afford to get the things that we need to have half the time. Exactly. And it's ridiculous. And then you got these guys on YouTube, which I didn't want to talk about, but we got these guys on YouTube pushing and saying, send me this, send me that, send me this stuff and everything. And I'm not talking about the people that really need help. I'm talking about the people that constantly put their PayPal information in chat, you know, that kind of stuff. And then I looked at some people's stuff. They've got a GoFundMe running. They got a PayPal. They got another one called Cash something in them. I'm like, oh, yeah, why don't you go out and get a job and do something about it and everything? Instead, they're pushing it out on all of us. But the people that really need the help ain't getting the help. I just don't understand it.
We got one on here that needs the help for sure. And then y'all don't know my story, and I don't tell anybody, but I should have a PayPal up and doing all that begging myself, but I don't.
Right, but the thing is John, is you're not doing it because you're okay right now. All right, but the problem is, if you needed it and stuff and everything, if we could help, we would be able to do it. But the thing is it's not a matter of people getting money in their PayPal account. It's the thing where they're over there and they're talking shit and causing problems and everything, going and getting brand new nails done and having hair extensions put in and everything. Yeah, them are the ones that I'm talking about. Them are the ones that I'm talking about that are saying that they don't got no money. They don't even have any food in their house, yet they're going out and having their nails redone and having hair tinted and, you know, things like that. And I'm like, that's it. Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. People need help here in the United States, and our government is responsible for this shit. And nobody wants to make them accountable. Some people do. We tell them they're wrong. Well, they're going to listen to us? No. But when it comes to that point, when we have people on the streets yelling and screaming because the government has done what they are doing to us, then maybe some people might start waking up and realizing it. But until it comes to their front door, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Well, I've been where like Rose is at, and I've gone to church before to try to get like some gas money. And they'd give it to you, but dadgum, they got to photocopy your driver's license. You got to fill out all these forms, 1080 forms and tax forms, and do all this stuff.
Well, that's because they're a business as well.
From a church.
Yeah.
For over $10. I mean, $10. Could that preacher not pull that out of his pocket?
I know.
And be done with all
that? Hell, if
God.
Just picking a person's name off the top of my head, who I disagree with, that's a preacher, is what's his name? Olstein. Come on now.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now. How many jets does a person need?
Well, he needs another one to get around the world even better on.
Yeah. So we got a church out here that has a Starbucks in the church. Come on.
There's a church in Memphis. You can get any kind of coffee you want. They got a coffee bar that is like, I don't know, an acre long. I ain't lying. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I went there with my stepsister, and I was amazed. I was like, really? I mean, you get snacks, coffee, whatever. I was like,
Yeah. But that's the society that we're in. We got people that are suffering that are on our chat right now, that are here in chat, that we just saw it, a veteran, $15, $15 to help. We got another one, the disabilities, and they barely they get money from the government, just barely covers their rent. How the hell are they supposed to freaking make it through life? And if some, God forbid, something happens to her husband, she is totally screwed then. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is not the America that I grew up on. This is not what I believe that America should be. It's just sad. It's sad that we have to deal with this. All of us at one time had to deal with stuff. I've been homeless before. I know what it's like. It's not no fun when you have to beg for help and that and everything. When you can't even go to your own government and say, look, I put all my money into you guys. Look what you did. You ain't helping me back at all. Why should we help you?
Shoot, what happened to me? How can I put it? I got tired of Tennessee, so I loaded up in the car and just headed out, right? Well, then I had car trouble. Well, I didn't have the money to put a transmission in it, so I wound up stuck in like Florida. Had to live on the side of a river in a tent and my car because, it was crazy. Finally come up enough money to get a motel room, and then kind of got a job at that motel. And then found another job at a sawmill, but I still couldn't get up enough money to fix my transmission because it's costing so much to live.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You had the hotel room and you had to buy food, and so everything I was making was going to living, and I still couldn't get out of the situation I was in because my car was still broke down.
Right. It's hard, but your government is behind you, John boy. We're there with you. We understand your plight. But when you start working, can you send us some money? Can you vote for us? Because we'll protect you. We'll do what's right for you. Organized religion is a business. They missed the part where Jesus said to work for God, not, what does that say? Mammon? Dang right, man. Dang right. And that's exactly what it is. It's sick. And I keep saying the same thing over and over again, John boy. If you remember the movie the Matrix, remember the guy that was going after Fishburne when he was tied into the chair, and he was he was telling him, he goes, "What we found out is human beings are like a virus. They spread out and they destroy everything that's around them." And that's exactly what's happening in the United States. Our problem is that we are out of control in the United States because we're not not doing the right things for the people here in the United States. We wouldn't have all these problems if they would get their shit straight over there. We wouldn't have the homeless people. We wouldn't have the problems at the border. We wouldn't have problems with insurance and food and housing and everything else. The EPA and FBI and CIA and, drug lords and all this other shit that's going on.
FEMA. I mean, the list goes on, and they keep making other things to add to that list.
Right. But they still do nothing to help man in the United States except cause discern between each other. You see it on YouTube. We see it all the time. YouTubers are sitting there attacking other YouTubers over petty ass shit that they shouldn't be doing and messing with. Shouldn't be sticking their nose in shit, saying that this person did this to me and this person did this to me. Well, why don't we do like I suggested? If you don't agree with somebody, just disagree with them and move on.
Well,
what's so hard about that?
Well, like I said, if you turn YouTube off, it does not exist.
Exactly.
I mean, look at this. We're in the real world of things. Where does Marfugal fit in? Nowhere. He's only a person on YouTube. In real life, he's just a guy that plays on YouTube.
Right.
That's it. I mean, he's nothing in this world.
Exactly. But where's the money going? It's all about money. That's all it is, man. Everything's about money, no matter what it is. Job's about money. Insurance is about money. Life is about money. Survive is about money. We don't live for each other anymore. We live for what we can get from each other. Instead of helping each other and respecting each other and treating people with love and kindness, we treat people as a sickness that's around us, that they need to be immunized against the way they act or something,
Well, that's why they're spraying the spray. They're fogging us out. They're trying to get rid of us.
Yeah, they slowly but surely, so they can have control. They'll keep small amount of poor people so you can keep on paying so they can live good. So that's what they're doing. That's how they figured it out. That's how they figure everything out. Well, how does it affect me, and what can we do to resolve this issue so I'm still safe? I don't care about what happens to the other people, but what I can do to make sure I'm safe. Sooner or later, then people are going to realize, like me and everybody, a lot of people in chat, that the problem is not us. The problem is them, and their propaganda they're putting out and pushing out to us is the problem. And they're causing us all to be separated from each other, just like what the Bible says: mother against son, brother against brother, sister against sister, father against daughters. That's exactly what's happening. They're separating us all so that they can fill our heads full of this bullshit so that they can make their lives better, not ours.
That's what they're doing. They're separating, and then they're causing other things to separate that separation, and other things. They've branched it off so much in separating everybody and making everybody not see eye to eye that nobody can focus. And they've done it for so long. I mean, it's pretty deep now.
I know. Look, I like what TJ says. The people Marfugal works for are collecting data on how people socialize. Apparently, this info will be out soon.
I put it out. It's called Discord.
Yeah, it is. And even the name, you even mentioned the name the other day. What does the word Discord mean? Come on, people. It even says a Discord. What do you think it is? And then he separates the groups inside Discord as well, too.
It's category. What it is it's easier for them to collect that information off of Discord because it's all in one central spot. YouTube, it's everywhere. So they got to work real hard to find it, and it's everywhere. Well, let's just put it on Discord where it's in one spot and it's easy to get a hold of. And it's like you said, they already categorized everybody. You got veterans, non-veterans, you got whatever, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. everything. So and that's what it is. Instead of us coming together, what are the people that are in the services saying? What are the people of the in Discord in other different aspects of their life in? And why can't they come together as a group and work together as a family and make life better for themselves? Instead, they're fighting among themselves, and it's complete separation in different groups and everything. It makes no sense to me anymore. And then the propaganda that we hear from these shows is we're trying to bring everybody together. Well, if you're bringing them together, why are you separating them in discords?
So that's the thing. TJ don't realize what we went through. We've already proved this point.
Right. We did. We did.
That's why we went through what we went through.
Right, because of their asses.
Mm-hmm.
And they sit over there acting like, oh, we didn't do nothing wrong. We didn't say anything. We didn't do anything. Like Dex didn't come into my show. Who the hell told him I was even having a show? Nobody told him anything.
Who got your email and address?
Exactly. Who did that? So and then he wants a question Brian in chat. When Brian came out and we were discussing the issue that was going on, and he wanted to interview Brian in our chat, and that's why I told him to get the hell out of my show. Brian came from his heart to give us information and that's all he did. And then this fucking piece of shit comes in my show and wants to say, well, we ain't doing this. Who gives a fuck what you're saying? Because we didn't ask you here.
Yeah, he's trying to turn it around.
And they sit there on their show and they talk about trolls coming in and doing all this stuff. Yet their own people come into our show, and I'm talking about Dex coming to my show.
The right hand man.
Yeah, he's called a troll. He's called a troll in my book.
I was in there for that. I was in there for that.
Yeah. So you remember that, Rose?
Rose? Yeah.
So that's the fucking bullshit that we got to deal with, and it turns us all against each other, and that's what he freaking did.
No, it didn't work. We're all back.
Yeah, and then that's why Marf or shithead or asshole or whatever his freaking name is did. He sits back and lets his people do the stuff instead of him coming out and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry for what my mod did," and it wasn't his mod; it was his second-hand man that works with him personally.
I call him Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah, I call him Mr. Asshole. It's just that simple. I call it as it is, and if he don't like it, I don't give a damn. He ain't nothing better than you or me or anybody else in this world. But when they sit there and they talk about trolls coming on their shows and they should respect and be kind and be nice and that, and yet come to my show and want to start trying to interview somebody in my show and try to change things around in my show?
Yeah.
No, it ain't happening. That's why I told him to get his ass out of my show and don't come back.
He'd probably come back in under another name, but he couldn't come in with the supposedly power that he felt like he had by being the Dex.
He ain't got no power in my show, and I showed his ass he got no power. Get the hell out of here. But that's what I'm talking about. These people think that they can do what they want to do. They want to lie to us and tell us they don't treat people like that. Yet they come into my show and they do this kind of shit. They come into your show and do that shit. They come into Rose's show and do this shit to them, her as well. And talk shit about her and say crap about you and crap about me and that. Yet they didn't clean up their own shit first.
So your show, all that got deleted, didn't it?
It did, everything.
So there's no way to show what they.
No, I don't have it. I don't have any of it. It's gone. And because I stood up for it and said what I said, that's what happened to my show. I went in, opened up my computer, went to my channel and that. These shows have been taken off because of hate. Yeah.
You got to hate.
And it got pulled off immediately. It wasn't no 7 days or anything like that. It was gone. They took it away from me.
You still got.
It was on. What was that?
So you're saying they took those videos down saying it was hate?
Yeah. It was hate speech. because I was mad and I was yelling and I was upset about the situation and everything that was going on. And because we were trying to figure out what happened and everything to you at that time.
Right.
And because I got pissed off and started yelling at Dex and stuff and get the hell out of my show and stuff and everything, that's why they pulled it, because it was called hate speech.
That's
Because
not
apparently I must have said something wrong.
The only hate speech that was going on was in the chat with Dex, what he was saying. He
Yeah.
came into my stuff and started harassing me too.
See? That's what I'm talking about. And what happened when Rose went on the show on there? Remember, Rose? I remember when you went into his show and that. He kind of dismissed you. You know?
He said she's one of them.
Yeah.
She's one of
What?
them.
See, I don't know what happened during that.
It's just crazy that they have the power to go in there and do what they do. And the only reason why they have their power is because they're being backed by somebody, and you know that as well as I do.
Because that hit me. If you said that video got knocked down for hate speech, evidently they use hate speech to get rid of videos they don't want the truth out there on.
Right.
Because there's no hate. And
Well, the whole new YouTube guidelines, you can't even do a video about a gun. You can't do one about gun safety. You can't do one about gun parts. Anything that is shocking, you can't do any kind of shocking material. You cannot talk about anything that might be misrepresented, I guess, like if you see a news clip and then you take it your way and then you show it a different way than they do. All of that, like that's part of the new regulations with Google and with YouTube. And all these channels are about to get took down for it. And it's basically everyone doing anything about truth. And it just happened today. All the regulations came out.
Wow, I didn't know that. I know John Boy went through all that YouTube criteria that you have to meet and that things that you're not supposed to do. And on that video that John Boy did, we looked at it and it was right on the screen right here in front of us. And he showed everybody what the rules are. And it did not meet the criteria for John Boy. And John Boy went also and took a test on it. And it did not even say that. It said the words Nazis okay, no problem.
Okay, as long as it's used educationally and not to back up hate or to, anything hate.
The thing, I done a video on it, but the video is not all based on it. It just uploaded it today, but it's for people that get AdSense and monetized, which everybody knows I'm nowhere near being monetized or anything because I'm way down there. They keep every day they knock me down.
Yeah, Born Eraser's in chat as well, and he says yes. He goes, I was there that night on Last Stand when Dex came in, so he was there as well too. So these are witnesses about what happened that night, John Boy, and who was there and stuff, and who caused the freaking problems and pissed me off, what was happening and everything, and why I got pissed off and everything. And he says, yes, Last Stand yelled at Dex and told Dex to get out. He is 100% correct.
Yeah, Born Eraser also went over to Dex's chat and was over there talking to him too.
Yeah.
Right after that. Yeah, whenever I jumped in, Born Eraser was over there too. Right.
But this is the stuff that we have to deal with on an everyday basis because of people's stupidity. It's stupidity that we have to deal with. And nobody should have to deal with this kind of shit from anybody. I don't care who you are. It's not right, guys. It's not right that we are allowing this government to continue doing what they're doing and allow some to get away with it and not others. This is not right. Government cannot push and say things like, go to your senators, wherever they're at. If you see them, go right to them and tell them off and tell them what you think. And that's exactly what Maxine Waters did when she went to the senators and her husband and that, when they're sitting there and they're spitting on them and yelling and screaming at him. The owner of the restaurant did nothing. And this is what I'm talking about, that nobody's willing to stand up. Nobody's willing to say, hey, what's right or wrong anymore. They're only saying what they feel is right for themselves, and that's it.
The Brian guy was a follower of mine for several years, and he's the only one I knew to get in touch with because he told me what was going on, and I sent him the information. That's who the Brian guy is.
Right. Exactly. But the problem, Yeah, but the problem is that Dex decided to come in. So they already came in and scripted us. They already knew what they were going to do.
Playbook.
They already set it up and everything. Exactly what they did. And they knew it. And that's why I called him out. And that's why I told him to get the hell out of my show and leave.
Yeah.
Because he was in there trying to change things around, trying to manipulate what was happening and everything is what he was doing. And that was bullshit.
Exactly from the playbook.
Exactly.
And see, that's the thing too, is like they're trying to get rid of all the true channels. There's so many drama channels out there that start stuff, and like Dex, the only thing he would do would be like play music and smoke pot out of a bowl.
Yeah.
Like, what is your videos about? Nothing. You know, you're just everybody's watching you get high off a pot.
Hey, Rose, when we were on the show that night, and Dex came in, I went to his channel to see what he had on his channel. He had no content on that channel at all. So that's telling me he was a troll. And that's exactly what he was doing. Because only the ones that do that are trolls. So
Well, the
Go ahead.
playbook even says that you have to have extra channels, extra accounts in order to make it happen.
Yeah, and that's what everybody is doing out there. That's why we have all the trolls, because they got extra channels and stuff and everything. Somebody's teaching these people how to do all this stuff. This is not coincidental. This is all set up to disgrace the truthers that are out there speaking the real truth. They don't want to hear you telling the truth because it messes up with their plans, how they want to lead us in their direction.
They want everyone to shut up, and then they hit you where it hurts. And trust me, then they think that you won't do it no more. But you know what? I'm still doing it. I mean, I lost tons of people. I lost a ton of people, but I'm still, showing truth.
That's right. And I got a lot of respect for you for doing that, Rose. I do.
What did I do, People's Last Stand, when they got me for hate speech? I come back with a live stream and played that same video a dozen times.
Yeah, exactly. And they didn't take it off, did they?
No, because there's too many witnesses saying that was not hate speech. The only hate speech that I had going on in that dadgum thing, I've removed it. But here's part of it. YouTube has their head up their butt. But I did have one that said, I hate YouTube.
Yeah. But you didn't do anything wrong, Jumbo, and that's the thing. That's what the problem is. But they can do that. But you know what hate speech we got back from them? They canceled your video. That's hate. That's hate.
They hated the truth.
That's right. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. But we're supposed to sit here and be nice about it, and say, "Oh, it's our loving government. We're gonna follow them."
Oh,
they're not gods. They're not gods, people. They do not have authority over you if you control your own life. Stand up for your rights.
They're not going to do me like a trained monkey. If I touch the wrong button, I get shot. Dadgummit. Right. I don't care. If that's the button I want to push, that's the one I'm going to push, damn it.
Right, exactly. But, the thing is what happened? Rose disappeared again. Well, I hope you come back, Rose. Are you there?
Let me say, my life here in USA, Gigi Riviera, Sonia, hello. She's been out there for a while. I hadn't said anything yet.
Cool. Yeah, we got some good people in here. Yeah, very nice. Oh, Stacy, thank you. I just saw that. I like what Stacy says. Stacy S says to me, "I love y'all. You're awesome, People's Last Stand." Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I try to do the best I can. I'm not perfect, believe me. I mess up all the time. You can ask my wife. I mess up all the time. So, but the thing is I'm trying to understand and I'm trying to comprehend what's going on in our own country. But you can't comprehend and understand what's going on in the company when you're being lied to. You can't understand this stuff. It's a pain in the keister.
That's the thing. They keep telling a lie and everybody believes it.
Yeah, exactly. It's sad that we're having to live in a world like this where I have to come on here and John Boy and Rose and everybody else in chat have to come on YouTube and express themselves because we can't do it anywhere else. And even here, it's going to be coming down soon. Because, you know, me saying what I'm saying is hate speech. That's what they consider.
Yeah.
What was this? TJ just said, feminize and disarm. Powerful have no mana. The mana of the people is equal to that to any authority. Yep. You're right. But how do we take it back, guys? How do we take back our country? How do we take back our lives that they've stolen from us?
Well, they've twisted trying to take back everything that we have a right to as being wrongdoing.
It's even ridiculous when they talk about you can't gather rain. They don't know the freaking skies.
Next thing
And they're telling us that we can't do this. You know what? I'm sorry, but you know, when somebody steps on you, it's a tyrannical system. And that's exactly what they're doing to us. It's a tyrannical system, and they're trying to make all of us feel like we're the worst ones out here. We're terrible people. But they're the ones that push this. They're the ones who keep stepping on us and stepping on us and stepping on us. Until we stand up and we make a stand, people, this is going to continue. So I advise each and every one of you, if you got a channel, please, for God's sake, get on there, say what you need to say, and tell these dumbasses to stop jacking with us and let us live our lives and not interfere with us again. And if we don't do it, we're going to be on the streets, people. There's going to be rioting. There's going to be the dissent in this country like you would not believe. And then they're going to turn around and say, well, we're going to go ahead and take your guns from you guys because you guys are getting too dangerous out there. That's what's going to happen, and that's what they're trying to do right now.
They're trying to get martial law where it is a reason to have it in play. Even though it already is in play, if they can make the people do that, then they can say, we're going to have to put martial law in place.
Exactly. But until we do something about it, it's going to be the same old, same old. You think, you guys out there, do you all think that having Donald Trump as president is going to make a difference? It's not going to make a difference. You've seen it every president they've had. Since I've been 58, I've seen all the presidents that have been in there, and not one of them has actually stand up for the people. They stand up for their pockets, and that's all they're standing up for. They stand up for corporations. They stand up against the people that are paying more attention to them.
You know why I do this all the time? Because he was the first one I remember. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I'm not a criminal. I'm not a criminal. Yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah.
He's the first president I remember.
Yeah, but look at him. He was just as bad as well. Yeah. Every one of them. And I don't care who you say is a good president. They're not, because they're just being handled by somebody behind them. And that's money. Corporations are in control. They make the rules and regulations in the United States. They force you to do the things that you don't want to do. They force you to let them have your children to raise in their schools. Why do you think they call it public school? Why do you think the school is run by the government? To control the kids.
If voting mattered, they wouldn't tell us to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly true.
But it doesn't matter.
See, TJ knows.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what's going on. He knows exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Stacy, John Boy, can you put Stacy's last message up there? Check this out, what she said. She says, are you saying it's illegal to gather rainwater? And I'm saying, yes, 100% illegal to gather rainwater. You can't even have a rain barrel. I have a rain barrel out by my shed where I wanted to collect rain in that, and I can't do it. It's against the law. The government owns the sky. We have no rights to it. We have no rights to the water. But if we want water, we got to pay for it.
Wait a minute. Maybe, hey, think about this. Maybe they're just trying to save us because the water's not worth collecting. I mean,
now, water's a resource where they can make money on it big time. That's what they're doing.
Not only can you not collect water, you're getting it where you can't even grow your personal garden in your yard anymore. Yeah. Have vegetables. You can't even have tomatoes or anything like that.
Oh no, there's in some states in that people have actually put gardens in their front yards, and in their state or their county is saying you can't do that, you got to get rid of it. No, you can't do that here. It's of course not, because when 1945, when they initially came into effect, that all of our food went to the grocery stores to buy the food from there so they could taxes on it. So you can't sit in your front yard and grow your food and pick it and not be taxed. No, they don't want that to happen. You have to be taxed on everything. The air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you eat, the clothes that you wear.
Look,
because they control it.
They passed a crazy law saying that if you paid tax, it's about weed, and it was here in Tennessee. If you paid taxes on it, it wouldn't be illegal. But the only way you could pay taxes on it is you had to take it physically into the county clerk's office in the courthouse. But you never could pay the taxes on it because you're already performing an illegal act and you'd get arrested.
Right. Well, what about the guy that went in to go pay his taxes with all pennies?
Oh, I'd do the same. If
They turned him away, say, no, we can't accept that. What do you mean you can't accept it? That's currency.
Yeah.
Oh no, we need a card. We need a card. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is
crazy.
exactly what I'm saying. They don't even want to take your money in that because they want you to do what they want to do. They think they're in charge of you and they order you to do it. And if you don't do it, you go to jail or you get fined.
Well, they're too lazy to count all the pennies. See, that's the whole deal.
That's it.
It wasn't convenient for them to get paid that way.
Right. But the thing is they
getting paid.
Yeah, exactly, Ed. Exactly. Yeah, I remember once when I looked at the newspaper from Idaho and you had to get a special permit to divert water off a river so you could maybe make a hydro thing onto your own land, even if you own it. Exactly.
Really?
Yeah. It's like it's like my wife and I are now. I've told you all before, I've got 5 acres of land in the San Luis Valley. Okay? The land was free and clear for me to do whatever I wanted to do on my property. And then they turned around and changed the zoning laws on me now. And now I can't have the rights to grow food on my land. I can't have chickens on my property. I can't do anything that I want to do on it. So, who's in control, people? Your government is in control. They control everything that you do. But you're not waking up. You're not paying attention. You think it's okay to pay somebody for not doing a job that they're supposed to be doing. You're paying them to do a job of nothing. Why pay somebody some money in that and they're not doing the job that you told them to do?
We're just supporting a way for them to keep stealing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what they're doing by little technicalities and words and stuff and everything. No, the word is you're stealing and ripping off the people of the United States. This government is doing it continuously, and the people need to stand up and say it. That's exactly what's happening. In every aspect of your life, you're being charged.
Stacy, he can't even get chickens on his own property.
Nope.
They will not allow it.
Nope. Can't do it.
That's crazy.
But but what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to sit back and just be nice about it. And people ask me, man, don't get so mad, don't get so upset. But I'm upset and I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off and I'm upset about the situations that they're doing to John Boy, they're doing to me, they're doing to Rose, they're doing to every one of you guys in YouTube and on chat. Because it's an everyday thing. It's not. I see it, guys. I see it every day with my tenants in my building. I see it. You guys may not see this stuff all the time in that, but I see it every day because I have to deal with people every day. And I see what the struggles they got to go through. I see how they have to make sure they have food in their bellies. But I see the rich people that own the properties and stuff making money and putting rules down on people on rents and stuff and everything and raising their rents month after month after month after month continuously.
That's why they put these politicians in place so they can change the building codes and stuff in certain districts and junk like that. So they can make the people that are there have to move out because they're not up to code and junk, and they can start a new some sort of building project. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
I know, but it's nuts. It's nuts. I just don't understand why the people of this country haven't done anything or said anything or actually stood up for this stuff.
I don't know.
The problem is this that I see. Each one of these people that are pissed off on one subject only, and they're pushing one issue out there only. And they're separating themselves from other groups that are pushing a different issue. Instead of coming together and working as a team, because we're all looking for the same thing, to have our homes safe and secure, to have safe drinking water and food, to be respected in our own homes and be able to live our lives the way that we want to do it without being controlled by somebody else.
Yeah.
And we're not happy about it.
You know I'm not.
I know you're not. And there's nobody out here I know that's happy about it. You know, and that's the thing, is nobody's happy about this stuff at all. And everybody says the same, something different. That's the thing. It's everybody that I've talked to has a qualm with the governments in one way or another. But the problem is they're not coming forward. They're not coming forward and saying, "Hey, let's work together. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can make a change. Let's get other people involved. Let's get different opinions, different views. Let's see if we can come up with an answer to these problems." But all they're doing in government is they're throwing money at it. Well, the socialists say that we can do this, and people will, yeah, who cares what these brainiacs think? We're talking about an emotional level of things that need to be taken care of. If you don't have food in your body, you're going to be emotionally distressed and then decide maybe to go steal something and cause more grief on your family. This is because of the government. If they had a piece of land or something where they can grow their food and take care of their family and have some decent water, and not be taken advantage by our own government, then maybe we would have some peace. But we're not going to have it as long as we continue to allow these dummies to continue to push their issues on us and think that we are stupid enough to believe them.
Well, they think they keep telling a lie long enough, everybody will believe it. But the mortal enemy of the lie is the truth. And the truth is the mortal enemy of the state.
Exactly.
What do we hear that for? That's hate. That's hate.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah.
I need to memorize that word for word, not just ad-libbing like that.
Right. But let me reiterate something real quick, because I had a text from a friend. I want to reiterate something in regards to what I was saying about people having PayPals and stuff like that on their accounts, and that I have no problem with people having PayPal on their account. If somebody wants to donate to somebody in that,
right,
I say go ahead. What I have a problem with is these other channels that have all this other stuff. I mean, I saw a list on one station, on one channel, and that had 5 different ways of getting money from us.
Yeah.
And then they put it in their chat as well. Yeah. That's where I have a problem with the person that sent that to me. No, sweetie, I'm not talking about you at all. I'm on your side 100%.
Oh, no,
so,
it was nothing like that.
Yeah, I'm on your side 100%. I don't give a shit what anybody says. But the people that are out there that are taking advantage of it, that have big shows and are constantly pushing that shit at people, I have a problem with them, because that's money. And that money is being taken out of little old ladies' pockets. It's being taken away from a lot of people. I just do not like that. It's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. There's nothing wrong about having stuff on your shows and that if people want to donate to you. There's nothing wrong with that, because everybody needs to make a little money here and there sometimes, and it helps other people. There's nothing wrong with that. But for people to come out and big shows to do what they're doing and then push this, push it, and they have all these different ways of being able to push it and give them money in that, them are the ones that I got a problem with. I don't have a problem with people that are just doing what they need to do, or come out on their shows and stuff. And because it takes a lot of work to do what John Boy's doing, what I'm doing, and what Rose is doing, and all of the people that in chat are doing. It takes a lot of work to be able to get on and do what we do. You got the research, you check things out, You make sure when you talk to people in that, what's coming out of their mouths is the right stuff that's coming out. And then even then you take it with a grain of salt and research it again just to make sure. Because you have to protect yourself. And you have to, when you come out, you have to make sure what you're saying is the right thing to say. And it is the right of you to have all the information that you need to make decisions on. And you're not getting that chance because your government is not allowing you to do it, and YouTube is not allowing you to do it because they want to bring advertisers in, and we don't fit their criteria to make money for them. That's the problem. I know I can go on for hours, Don, but
Yeah,
I can go on for hours about this stuff, but it's crazy that y'all have to deal with this one way or another. It's nuts. Dog. I'm gonna mute this for just 1 minute, and I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I was gonna say last time. Well, he's gone. I'm probably fixing to have to end this in a minute because I do have a live interview coming up at 7, and I'm needing to eat something before then because I'm about to starve. So the last time gets back on here, I'm gonna let them know. But I do appreciate everybody showing up and chit-chatting in the chat. I hope everybody got to know everybody, but I think everybody does. And yeah, it's just crazy. We don't have any rights anymore for anything. I put up a video, it got hate speech strike, and there's no hate speech in it whatsoever. And it met the guidelines. And then we can't collect rainwater anymore. It's crazy, man. I thought this is the land of the free, America, the land of the free. Free rainwater. Hey, last I was saying here in a little bit.
Free.
I need to shut this down here in a few minutes so I can get something to eat real quick because I do have to do a 7 o'clock live with Naga.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I'm about to starve.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I got to run over there and get some paint and get some. Yeah, got to go over there and get some before the night's over. But yeah, sorry about that. I had to get off. I had to collect some rent.
Oh,
so
money.
See, it never. Yeah, see, it never ends. They keep taking and raising the rents constantly. But yeah, John. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take off as well too.
Man, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
no problem.
having Rose up here. She didn't get to say much or anything. Her circumstances.
We gotta get her on. I'm hoping to do a show real soon myself, and I'll get you and Rose on there if I can get you guys on there as well too, and see if we can get Naga and some other people on there too. Roots, Magoo, Enlightened, all those guys. See what we can do. But yeah, I think we got some good topics going on and everything. But I'm going to be working on that.
Oh, the abortion thing.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that, and then right now I'm working on that one about you.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to be working on that as well too. So I hope I get that one out soon. But it should be on before that happens, because that's a lot of research I got to do on that. But hey, guys, I want to thank John Boy for allowing me to be on his show and allowing me to yell and rave and rant and
give me a hate speech strike.
And I appreciate everybody in chat. Guys, you're great. We love you. And keep coming back. And if you feel that this show is giving you some kind of benefit in any which way, stop by John Boy's place. Hit that sub. Hit that like. And I'd really appreciate it. You guys have a good night, John Boy.
Yeah, y'all too. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you take care now, brother. See you soon.
Hey, last stand.
Yeah.